the rest of the final. That's not really relevant, Kev. What's relevant is they need this opening group stage win here against NRG here at EWC.
All right, well, we have PRX on the defensive side, NRG on the attacking side, looking over towards the top so far on Arcade. First up will be Jing. Beautiful shot onto Kiko and a follow-up from DPI as well. It's gone pretty damn well for PRX, you would say. Minus the fact that Jing does trade his own life. Yeah. 4 versus 2 in the opening pistol.
Yeah, Brock and Scuba trying to contact their way upstairs. Out comes the guiding light for Forsaken and pushes them away nicely. You had the Sky Smoke invested there for something. Just no opportunities given for NRG to be able to get back into that round. Should be
a pretty tough one here, Scuba. Let's see if he gets something for his money to end this round with, but we're looking over to a PRX first round victory. Low HP here for Scuba as well.
Yep, tapping away with the Bandit. See if he can farm himself up at Neural Theft, but Invi will put him down. A nice setup there on Arcade from PRX. Jing in the perfect little off angle tucked behind the box, and that is a very good way to start your defense.
Comfortable. PRX, a team that we expect to go very far in this tournament, had a decent placing last EWC, but in terms of the Masters so far this year, 2 second places. NRG themselves really competitive from North America. Didn't quite do as well in last year's EWC. I'd like to make sure they hit the top 4 minimum this time, if not taking it all the way.
Soniko here for NRG. Looking to work towards Dish. PRX on the other side of things have taken a main control. Trailblazer all the way through the south side of the map. They know exactly what's happening on bottom side, and Timmy the Turret has got Dish on lock.
Taking it slow, but waiting to explode here for NRG. Being stalled out by some of the utility coming through from DPI. Grenade from Jing as well. Oh, big damage actually onto Ethan. Put down to 8 HP, but they got to commit to this one. Flash is coming on through. DPI swings into a triple kill. Beautiful stuff. Brock the only one that actually gets the kill. And PRX handling this anti-eco with near perfection.
Yeah, I mean, they cleared out all the bottom side. They had double nanos on Dish. They dropped the nade on that exact position. It felt like they were all over. The information game knew exactly where NRG were coming from and had the perfect utility in the perfect positions. Saying that, though, for NRG, not much in that one. Just a handful of pistols. They've handed 4 more towards the lockdown of DPI going forward, and now PRX into what looks like a pretty clean bonus round. They've definitely got some punching power here.
Yeah, DPI definitely getting ahead in terms of the kill department. 5 and 1, 3 away from the lockdown. Let's see what kind of timing we get here first. Round of rifles coming through NRG. Going back over towards the B side. A little bit of information there from Forsaken. A big stack, though, from PRX.
Yeah, progression smoke for NRG over on Arcade. That'll be given to them. They're looking for the lurk here of Scuba as the cam is dealt with. Forsaken looking to push the issue, but cannot find the Cypher. It's a complete disengage. Over on the other side of the site, Envy inside of this Arcade smoke. Doesn't go well for him. Something's found one on the site. Picks up the Phantom, and Forsaken's got him covered nicely from stairs side. What a nice pivot in from PRX. This bonus round looks like it's theirs on a silver platter.
Yeah, I mean, I expected even that Envy was going to get something that he gets found early, but the rest of the players Forsaken ready to be able to trade. And so, you know, a little bit more in terms of damage being done, but mostly, well, they got up 2 players still alive. You take that bonus, 3-0 NRG after a bit of a rough one to start with.
Yeah, it's never ideal to be in this position. Having a loss versus the bonus. PRX, you can see already looking pretty locked in. Smiles on the faces is exactly how you want the opening of this game to go on your map pick. DPI getting close to a lockdown as we head towards the first gun round. Same for a showstopper. All of these big impact ults are very much well within the wheelhouse if they can get towards round 5 here for PRX.
Could go one away as well. But unfortunately, just doesn't quite have the equipment, and well, he'll earn the ult with it. Not to be able to use in this particular round. Stemmed up Forsaken, taking advantage of that one. Not expecting too much here. Rifles versus nothing. Forsaken earns his ultimate, and we're just getting prepped for the next round as well. Ethan taking whatever he can out of this map.
Jing flying around as he's often liable to do, and despite a dink in from Ethan, that is a flawless anti-eco for PRX. They are really running away with this game with a bit of a landslide to kick things off, but can only imagine NRG will only wait so long before they actually start to crack through with a gun round.
Yeah, NRG don't want to suffer the same fate Lev did against PRX on this particular map. For that to happen, we'll need to start seeing some real life come through from NRG soon.
See what they put together. You did mention they earned the runner back at the end of that last eco round. That can really be one of these ults that helps you simplify things a little.
Open line as well. Marta wants to get something done here. You have to really get anything on board.
He will be holding that stairs line. Does seem like PRX are heading in that direction. Sky Smoke Little satchel up on in, and now you got the showstopper as a result. Does clean up Marta despite the refract. Ethan at least able to take Jing with him, but it's a good start for PRX nonetheless. And now they're trying to read the position of the rest of the attackers with these Seekers.
Now, Seekers will reveal the bottom side of the map pretty comfortably so far. Scuba kind of gets away though. He wasn't one of the players that actually got revealed by the Seekers. Still 3 players alive for NRG, so work to be done here. They can get on site pretty comfortably for now, as most of these PRX players have fallen off somewhat, minus something which is in play. And he's got a double. What a unbelievable spray transfer. He'll die for it towards the end, but the rest of the players, no issues there for PRX. 5-0 and something unreal with his ability to get that 2K.
It's disgusting off the back of the breach flash, diving in through the smoke despite being at a man advantage. NRG not quite able to get comfortable. And they will take a timeout as a result. This has been a bit of a battery to kick off this game of Fracture from PRX, a map that they're very familiar with, and it seems like they're going to run away with another landslide victory over an America's team, unless you start to get some quick adjustments here from NRG.
Well, they certainly are from the north side of America, and that side in this particular game right now, 0-5 is the scoreline. But what a way for PRX to handle that aggression that we saw from potentially Marta setting up a bit of a line there, trying to catch a player up from PRX, and the instant util coming through, the stun, Jing wanted to get in, the showstopper, completely blowing up that setup from NRG.
See what the adaptations start to come through from NRG. You've seen them mostly lean towards that arcade side of the map, and mostly hitting one side. Hasn't really been working out too well for them. I feel like PRX have often been quite happy to stack that side of the map and play a little bit more retake towards A.
We saw that one round where they had an eco 5-man up dish, completely slowed down by all the utility coming through, particularly from Divide, Nano Swarms, everything else. There we go. Again, a lot required here from NRG. Still waiting for that run it back, which needs to be an important ultimate here, but Nightfall also earned by Ethan.
Towards the dish early on here for PRX. Once again, it's the guiding light up over the top of Arcade, but that's only really there to condition NRG, who are starting to walk their way into A main and take some map control.
Yeah, first time we're really seeing anything through halls. Let's see what we can sort of find here as PRX wanting to make sure they retain control of Rogue's information found. And okay, decent kills. Marta and Kiko finding their mark here. This is 5 versus 3. The first big opportunity for NRG, we'll say so far in this entire half.
Fault line, a jump spot from Envy. NRG finally starting to organize themselves well and punish some of this aggression in the mid-round from PRX. Puts them at a pretty massive advantage. Spike will be scooped up there by Brock to join up with the rest of NRG to have taken this A main control earlier, but Forsaken and Envy are already on this A side of the map and Device on the rotate. Yeah, he looks like he wants to move off as well. Does still have plenty of util to relay back it towards B. Nightfall coming on in, taking no risks here. Envy will be spotted. Flash as well. He's got no chance, but a better flash potentially against NRG. And Envy now will be able to at least trade his own life. 1 versus 4 now. Divide with a lot of work to do. No ultimate, and all of his util still left over towards B. Was not going to get a single shot in there. Scuba will find his head right out of the smoke. Yeah, nice adaptation from NRG. Punish all of that mid-round aggression and then just keep things simple. Pivoting back to where they took that A main control earlier on in this round. So a successful timeout. That will help them steady their economy going forward, because they're going to have to make their way to a lot of gun rounds against PRX, who have had a bit of a blinding start here to Fracture. The Smokes there also cutting off a couple of players from PRX, making sure that the breach of Envy was going to be isolated, despite a pretty good flash coming through from them against basically all 5 from NRG, who some around on that board. Nightfall the only ultimate spent as well, so pretty cheap in that ult economy side, you'll say, is... Let's see what we get done from NRG. Back over towards Arcade. Yep. Forsaken on over here, trying to disrupt this one as the runner back comes in. Going to throw out his guiding light, but Kiko is all over it as see the dash in from Marta. In comes the orbital from NRG just to try to zone them away, but in the meantime, you've seen Envy be able to at least pick up one and deal with the runner back as something is pressuring the bottom side of the map. Yeah, okay, what can Scuba do here though? 2 players in front of him. With PRX really off-site, should be a free plant. Scuba, oh, he needed to hit that. Cage should keep him alive for the time being for a little while. No support here for Scuba, so he just needs to be able to hold this on his own. Oh, instant one-tap from something, though. That does not feel particularly good for an NRG, who are now getting ulti-dumped on the side. Out comes both the breach ult and the brim ult. Kiko's been able to find one, but that's a nice flash to set up something. Talk inside a tower. Very low here. The lion's share of the work has to be done by Kiko as the brim molly tries to delay the plant for a little longer.
Workable. 2 versus 2 now. Operator have a divide. Maybe not the best in terms of weaponry for this. First tap on the spike. Wall fades. Device looking for targets. Something on the Brock. It's just Kiko left alive, and he just can't quite hit. And something doesn't even matter that he's not on a duelist. He'll find the aim. He's got the sharpness of it. Saw how sharp that was up against Scuba. He'll make sure he'll finish up the last 2 players of NRG. And despite the spike being planted there, no dice for the round.
Yeah, very nicely navigated by PRX. He pushed bottom side through A main right from the get-go. I think this opener was fantastic from Kiko, using the run it back just to be able to set up NRG for success, but PRX mid-rounding their way out of a bad situation. The ulti combo on that site really helped them kind of narrow down where NRG were playing the post-plant from. And then something 9 and 2, just a phenomenal multi-frag from him.
And even the utility usage, I mean, you look at the orbital strike, completely isolating Ethan. You had the nade coming through, paint shells from Jing, followed by a flash as well. Now something. Just going to fire a couple of shots into halls, but here come the rest of the players. Almost had a collateral there. No theft now from Scuba to reveal the rest of the members. The rest of the members are coming in nice and quick for PRX.
Scuba inside of the cage. NRG fighting hard in towards Sandside, and they punished the flood so nicely. Read it with the neural theft, and they knew that PRX really wanted to try to get in and take that fight before the spike even went down. It's all down to something, and he wasn't ready for Scuba to have slipped through already onto the A site. A second round for NRG.
Seems like the 2 rounds NRG have gone so far have come through from the fact that they can find some punish early, particularly over towards, you know, that's A side of the map. Find those early picks, handle the flood coming in through from PRX, and sort of twice in a row for the 2 successful rounds. That seemed to work out for them. B, on the other hand, has been a bit more of a worrisome part of the map. But they've recovered 2 here. They can at least get 4 to 5. You'll say it's an okay half for them, but otherwise PRX looking for that 7 to finish up our first half to make sure they're in the lead.
Be a big round for NRG. Money is starting to get a little bit dry for PRX after their landslide of victories to open up this half. Starting to run out of cash here. Op picked up by Marta. Hasn't really had a chance to get involved in this game. He's often just been dashing in and refracting in on the entry. Ethan's taking dish here. A lot of moves being made on the map by an NRG, who is just waiting for a reaction from PRX. Forsaken looking for information with the Trailblazer.
You'll see just the 1. Kiko, not really too much information there so far. A lot more movements starting to flow over from both of the teams, you'd say. Well, Forsaken wanted to make that play happen. Not going to be the case now. As time starts to run out, that smoke comes down just as Marta had the line of the op.
Jing v Scuba on the bottom of the map does not go well for the Rays, unfortunately. Scuba really keeping that A main push in check, and I dare say that this is going to prompt a little bit more aggression for a PRX, who just don't really have any info on what's happening on the map. They've got the A info line, but that's about it.
I mean, that's his huge kill, because now PRX have to commit a little bit more over to the A side, something waiting. But as time starts to dwindle, it looks like NRG will be finishing over towards A. Just something to slow this one down. Rest of PRX wanting to stack over towards B. And there's the first spot. Okay, Molly to slow it down. Haunt wall spot him, and they already knew he was going to be there. Conversion pass, you shouldn't expect too much from something here. A little bit more aggression though from NRG, because they got to get the spike down. Time is running out here, and Forsaken's causing problems. The Vi's still there as well. Stops the plant from coming on through, and that just isn't enough.
Now Kiko really needed to win that last duel. Lockdown invested there from Devi just to be able to keep things interesting, and if he was able to win enough of those duels, could have really created some magic for PRX. But as it stands, unfortunately, NRG capitalizing on that nice opening advantage that they had, grouping up together, and even with the clock running down, they've thrown the kitchen sink at that round. They understand just how battered and bruised PRX's economy was. And winning that round is phenomenal for them to start to make a bit more of a resurgence into this first half.
Barely any time left, and they have to get that last kill. Devi falls just in the nick of time here, so still trying to rescue the scoreline a little bit is going to be NRG in first time. We're going to see PRX really in the eco. Haven't really seen their money run dry just yet, as they want to get aggressive over towards the bottom side of the map. 3 players stacked up so far, and NRG walking to the turret.
Yeah, just Devi here. Doesn't have too much help. Mollied out of position, not much for him to do. Over on the bottom side of the map, though, that's a nice opener from something. Trips now down. Rifle looking to be picked up. Guiding Light will enable that, and Paint Shells even to push Ethan away. NRG set up on the side, but haven't got the spike down just yet.
Okay, well, here it comes now. One go to Jane, guess what? That's ultimate ready to go. Be sure that that could be a big one for this round as well. Something's also one away, but might even be playing for exits here if they're going to play this one slowly.
Soaking up on the line, tapping away. He knows kind of where Kiko is, but not quite able to deal with him. The C's is going to slow him down. Paper X not really making too many moves elsewhere. Aggressive play punished. They're very much keeping NRG pinned into this side. In goes the Showstopper. Molly on the spike from the attackers, just trying to buy time and time Paper X out of this round. Showstopper invested. Envy is on the defuse. Something up inside of the smoke. Wrap around there from Ethan, and Marta closes it out with 2 outlaw shots. Spike goes off. How many NRG players will survive at the end of that round? I couldn't tell you. But that definitely would have gotten expensive for them.
Showstopper kind of gave away false info there as well, because I think Jane thought he had cleared tower, but not to be the case. Throw that one in there. Dealt a bunch of damage, but no kill actually coming on through. You can see how slowly PRX ended up playing that round. The fact that they were even in position to actually make a play for the defuse, though, that's got to show that they have the capability.
Yeah.
But 4 now found for NRG.
Very patient there. Money not fantastic for NRG, but they've definitely made a big dent in this round deficit that they accrued early on. Slow things down on towards the bottom side. Once again, Ethan trying to create a little bit of pressure towards Dish on his lonesome.
Divide back on A. Helped a little bit by Forsaken. Both teams not wanting to make any early moves. Last 2 rounds of this half as well. NRG looking to scoop them both if possible. Still plenty of decent ultimates on the side of NRG. First bit of information now finally coming through. Does Marta have the patience to get the shot?
Now comes the Seekers, going to layer in a guiding light there and recognize that there's at least a couple of players over here. Saturate goes on in. Very tight line for Forsaken. Gets legged out by the op as the Prowler pushes him back.
Okay, Nightfall coming on through. He'll catch maybe one player, not quite perhaps Forsaken, but he managed to dodge that one out in time, and the rest of PRX now slowly moving on in. First duel, Forsaken wins it, Scuba down. Onto site now, Divide trying to hold this one. Brock on as well. That's a spike on the floor, by the way. Doesn't look going down. Tomato, some damage come through from the Orbital, and NRG is still pulling through a decent number of kills. 2 versus 2. The runner back is gone.
Careful here.
Ethan needs to scoop up the spike here. 20 seconds on the clock. Molly going down. Kiko with the late wrap over through onto Sand. Deals with something. It's just Jing by himself. He knows the spike hasn't gone down. It's an awkward exchange here for NRG, who are investing all of the Phoenix util just to be able to cross. Jing up close to the Blaze Wall here. Satchel trying to cancel the plan.
Nope.
Not quite able to do it. That's going to go down for NRG. Now they're just playing this crossfire off of Ethan.
Yeah, this is going to be so hard to do. 1 versus 2 through the wall. Double swinging. Jing doesn't even get a shot off. Dangerous situation, and we sort of remember the round where Devi ends up going down just before the time runs out, and Jing has to be very careful we're not just delivering his own life away before the plant comes on through. But a difficult 1v2, but yeah, we're really getting into the weeds of NRG's comeback on this first half now, because it were down by quite a few rounds.
Yeah. Look at that, 4 in a row. Very good resurgence after the tactical timeout. Got to give a lot of credit to NRG there. Paper X now really being made to sweat here on Fracture. Keiko has got the Outlaw, juggling that with the Vandal. Maybe kind of rethought his purchase there as they're really trying to isolate. Scooper on top side. He's made it out of dodge though. Investing the cage, and now you're seeing NRG speeding up on the other side of the map.
Yeah, Scooper's going to get crunched on, and NRG will make some moves now after hearing all of that noise. Still, look at Forsaken. He wants to go for the chase. Scuba's about to make his way onto B, but the spike and the rest of NRG looking over towards A. A big flank, though, from both Jing and Forsaken that NRG have to be a little bit careful about. First up, Marta versus something. Smoke starting to fade, and something will get that shot in first. Ethan, no response.
It's very tense here. Forsaken's found another one. It's a bit of a landslide of frags for Paper X coming back in on this retake. Brock still alive inside of the site. Gonna drop the orbital. Hits 2 players from Paper X, but unfortunately Divide with the last second shot, and Jing ready for the flank of Scuba. It's a 7-5 here. Paper X with their nose out in front at the half.
Yeah, well, unfortunate. Thought the orbital might have done a little bit more, but Divide too quick on the trigger finger. As we close out the half there, this will still be PRX.
Yeah, doing quite well for themselves, but you've got to give a lot of credit to NRG. I mean, that's what we know them for. Got great leadership, great coaching staff, so post-attack timeout, after they made the adjustments that were necessary, it's a much more competitive half from there. They are not scared of Paper X's Fracture here.
Yeah.
They're quite happy to leave it in the veto.
And handling the aggression well as well in terms of knowing that, okay, well, the first 2 rounds NRG won largely came off the back of PRX wanting to explore the map, wanting to take some angles, wanting to sort of fight for positions on the map, and NRG all too happy to receive that and punish.
PRX mostly set up on bottom side. Forsaken, I'd imagine, will just be applying a little bit of pressure here. He's got full utility on the sky. Breach on the other side of things as Marta on the line with the Sheriff Refract active. Ethan opens up the door. He's going to jiggle away. Does at least spot out DPI, and there's Marta. Oh, that is such a quick shot from DPI to get the opener.
Yeah, we've seen that from DPI before. And Marta finds out. 5 versus 4 early on, calling over Ethan, also Brock.
Stomping away. Ethan almost caught on the cross.
Okay. Smoke to try and slow things down. Stun to cause a couple of problems. When do we get the explode? Finally it comes on through, but just into the meat grinder. Both Ethan and scooping all the kills. Brock likes dink into the kill as well. Not just DPI. He has the capability to get those kills. He got the first one. Of this potential clutch, and he's got another as well. DPI versus Kiko, and DPI's got the hot hands. And I'm not talking about Phoenix here. Kiko's the one playing that. Has he got the capability?
Like hasn't been tapped yet. Kiko knows he could take his time with this one. He's looking like a little bit of a raid boss with the bandit and armor. He's got a lot of util to work with as well. Curveball and a molly. DPI really waiting for a mistake, but he's the one who has to make the first move here. Turret's back up. I think that's what he must have been waiting for.
30 seconds left.
30 seconds. Spike will be easy here. He doesn't know it, but he doesn't quite know where Kiko is standing and waiting. Kiko just waiting for plant at this stage. Turret will be the one spotting him out first.
Spike planted.
As the molly comes on through, and DPI with the 4K and the clutch. Instant headshot. He started out with that one on Tomato. He'll finish it onto Kiko. For another pistol for PRX.
Yeah, you're kicking yourselves as NRG. They rotated so well despite losing that opener on Tomato inside of A main. They were ready for PRX's execute. They had a big crossfire on the side, but DPI very sneakily able to construct himself a 1v3 on that A side. He opens up the round for PRX and he gets it done by himself.
The smoke coming down from Brock, and then the meat grinder, Scuba and Ethan just doing work, but DPI coming on through and just diffusing the scenario. We get another early pick. It's Marta down again. Unfortunately, something is just going to make mincemeat of him. Ethan will at least get the orb away. That's all that NRG will get so far.
Trailblazer was at least fun to buy onto Scuba. 2 players spotted out over on that B side of the map, so you're going to get the pivot back across. Something quite happy to sit in dish side. The rest of PRX relocating to the bottom side to meet up with Kiko.
He's going to have to hide there, and that should be a little bit of info, but do they know it's the exact corner? They absolutely do. They see the hands. This will be easy. Yeah, shouldn't even lose a single player to Kiko despite the wonky shots from Jing. Now the crunch over on towards A. Brock to try and hold on to this one, but pistol not going to do you too much good. Easy 9th round here for PRX, 5 versus 2.
One enemy remaining.
Might not even lose a gun. Indeed, they don't. 5 rifles brought through into the bonus is a very, very good position to be in. As PRX, NRG once again going to have to play the opening part of this half from behind. So we'll have a look at how their first defensive gun round does look. But I mean, they were quite resilient in the first half, so have to give them the benefit of the doubt for sure.
The real worrying thing was the fact that PRX did convert the bonus, which is, and then that ended up being 5 rounds in a row for PRX in that first half, and for NRG, wouldn't want that to be the case again. An opportunity here, potential for Kiko to at least drop one gun down. But honestly, when you just have the classics there, it's a little tough. Let's see what the bonus looks like for PRX this time around. NRG really wanted to win the first gun round of this half. Prowlers will get their mark.
Know that there's at least one player hanging around outside of A main. That's a molly being prepped for tower. I do think that they're just going to try to drop off Jing up there with the Trailblazer. Keiko under a lot of pressure, pushed out by the utility, and that's an opener for DPI inside of A main. He's punished the push from NRG on the other side of the map when the pressure was coming through into tower, and now NRG are reeling in their first gun round here.
PRX, they can just abandon B at this time as well if they want to go towards A, but they'll slow things down. They'll say, let's recommit. Force the rotations from NRG first. DPI can even go for a little bit more if he wants to, but on the other side of the map is Envy and Jing. Yeah, they've just completely dominated this, and we're seeing the first half Groundhog Day here for NRG. Just can't win that third round.
Yeah, it's rough. I mean, they were well aware that there was a player hanging around outside of A, confirmed by the Prowler, but DPI has just been on one. He's having one of these games. Been in some excellent form as of late. And when he takes over a game for PRX, there's just really not much he can do. Brock last alive, trying to hold onto his rifle. Not spotted out by the guiding light.
Just wants to save. My man just wants to stay alive.
Down and out.
He's been spotted. DPI, he's going to go for a little bit more. And, well, just saw the back of the player. Broccoli shuts him down. DPI's got locked down either way. He'll be happy with that one. Brock's going to convert another kill.
Yeah, don't feed him an orbital. He's only one off at this point. If he's able to get one more kill, he'll have it. And I think his respect has been earned here as Paper X hitting double digits. Not able to bring as many guns out of that round, but when you win the bonus, I don't think you really care too much.
Yeah, I mean, you got so many rounds in the bank at the moment in terms of where this lead is going. You got Ultimate starting to come online as well. You got DPI winning a 1v2. Oh my god, that just cannot happen if you are NRG. Would love to see if we can get a POV of that one, but NRG taking their second timeout now, and I think they need it.
Yeah, let's see what they're going to construct here around this singular save Phantom. Got to be some level of investment here for NRG to try to keep things interesting. They did manage to take some guns away from Paper X. They'd love to do some more economic damage, if not give themselves an outside shot of winning this round. But if things go the way they're expected, Paper X will be up 11-5 here on Fracture, and it's going to be a difficult position to come back from if you're NRG, given just how strong Paper X have been looking on this map lately.
And there's the PRX off out of the starting gates and into the immediate sprint we saw them take in London in the grand finals, just dominating on the opening map. But this one is definitely more competitive, but at the same time as well, PRX are here for a reason. They know they can just take this map away and get that immediate 1-0 in this BO3. NRG looking for answers.
Can't have a slow start for either one of these teams. You would be honestly a little bit upset that this is the opening game of EWC. It's a very stacked tournament, of course, but Paper X and NRG would probably be a game we'd be expecting pretty deep into the playoff bracket.
Well, half buys coming on through. Obviously, Brock did save over that one rifle. See if he can be the hero for this particular round.
A main taken again by NRG.
Okay.
Lockdown being invested on this B side of the map. Paper X playing it very slowly. Not quite rushing into B by any stretch of the imagination. Showstopper now picked up by Jing.
We'll see what they still have to clear once the lockdown has concluded. Obviously, we can see that NRG are going to be late to the party here a little bit as Jing wants to start that party. He'll go down, though. Doesn't hit anyone. The Showstopper again. It's Marta and Ethan getting on the board here. PRX are left hurting. They're the ones with the guns. And still NRG coming out ahead on that one. Not Scuba, though, because DPI is still managing to land these clean shots.
They isolated him nicely. Utility invested. In comes the Nightfall, though, from NRG, trying to complete this retake in from Gen side. Envy disrupting. He's got a nice crossfire in with DPI, but that player on the site has gone down. DPI now known. Something on the wraparound. Could have a really good flank timing here as we head into a 2-on-2. Kiko, that's a huge pick to be able to get across to the side. They know exactly where something is, but the movement is a little bit too good. Clutch needed for Paper X, and NRG will be kicking themselves, Kev. They put themselves in an excellent position there post-timeout.
And they barely had any equipment. They came through with the lesser money, just came out of the timeout, start with a 5 versus 3, ends up being a 2 versus 1. But unfortunately, NRG just didn't quite have eyes on where something was. So 2 players looking in opposite directions and no ability to trade. Something fast enough to once again dragging that crosshair over, transferring onto the secondary, cleaning up the 1 versus 2. And these are the moments that will just set PRX aside ahead of the others. And far ahead of NRG so far on this map.
Put a dent in the economy of Paper X, though. It was only a half buy for NRG, who now have a follow-up gun round with some ults to work with. Out comes the C's there in combination with the orbital. I think that's just going to kill one player outright. Ethan following up super nicely. And again, it's a 2-man advantage for NRG.
So this time, you're hoping the NRG will be able to navigate this 5v3 a little bit cleaner, but DPI is still alive. Something's still alive as well. 2 of the biggest fraggers so far that we've seen in this particular map, particularly DPI. So the opportunity is still there. You can start seeing some clean rounds.
Jump spot, curveball to follow up. Everything going the way of NRG until something steps into the limelight, which is a very similar story to what we saw in that last round. Paper X volleyed off. Too much fire in the way, and they're going to pivot across the sand.
They burn some defensive utility away from NRG, but they themselves on the PRX side is still left wanting here. It's something going to cause a little bit of noise. It might cause a little bit more. You start to see Forsaken take the spike away, so it might end over towards me. But for the time being, something wanting to sell this one. Won't sell it for very long because of Neural Theft. As NRG themselves will start to make their way onto the opposite side of the map. Still going to get past this trip.
Forsaken. Still with the trip nicely. This is a winnable 2-on-3 for PRX. Ethan in a great position in a crossfire with Scuba over on Heaven's side. Ethan very low, but Scuba playing off him nicely. Out comes the run it back from Kiko, but it's not even needed. Scuba getting it done himself, and NRG capitalizing on a two-man advantage that they weren't quite able to in the round previous.
A dangerous amount of players end up going down there for NRG. Just goes to say that, you know, even with 3 for PRX, still very highly capable. 5 versus 3 and 2 will survive for NRG, but they get the round, importantly.
Yeah. Let's see what we're going to get here. NRG have got a lot of work to be doing, and you can see that the money's starting to get a little bit battered and bruised for PRX. Couple of rifles to mix on in here. Orbital Seekers at the ready as well.
Rolling Thunder 1 away. It's a big round for ultimates for PRX, but not much else at the moment.
PRX grouping their way in towards A main, joined up by Forsaken here. We'll see how many ults they're going to throw at this round. Try to make their lives a little bit easier. You can see that NRG are well and truly ready for the flood. Even the B players are playing retake, leaning in spawn side.
Doors open. Kiko on the Jing first. A lot of pressure coming through from Robes, and looks like PRX still want to challenge this one, but they're just challenging into their own deaths. At least Envy is going to make his way over towards the site and get this plant. You'd imagine if he goes for it in a timely manner, but currently 1 versus 4. NRG will be able to pick up another round.
You can see the elbow. One off the Rolling Thunder. Peppered away through those smokes on spawn side, and Saturate doesn't quite connect. That gives him an opportunity onto Ethan, but the crouch peak is a little bit faster. That is 4 alive for NRG. And 11-7, honestly, is not that crazy of a scoreline to overturn here for an NRG who is confidently finding their way into advantageous situations round on round on round. Last 3 rounds in a row, they've been up in numbers quite substantially. Yeah,
could have been a dangerous round as well. I mean, we saw the trap set up over towards Ropes, but an opportunity for PRX if they were able to make their way into sight. Well, they do nibble on that hook that was put out there, wanting to really challenge for Ropes as we get into the timeout here for PRX. Seeing what ways they can just buckle up for these last 2 rounds that they need to finish up map 1.
Feels like they're in very good form right now. Even the rounds where they're behind in numbers, they're keeping things kind of on a knife's edge. The individual players looking very sharp. I mean, that's a given when you get PRX. But still need to close here against the NRG that can be quite troublesome once they get on a little bit of a roll, especially with this kind of comp. I feel like Keiko's in quite good form on the Phoenix. If he starts chaining the run-it-backs together, that's going to be a little bit of a difficult prospect.
See, it's about breaking that early chain of rounds that PRX have, and you see what happened in what we'll call the second quarter here, but the second half of that first half where NRG start to get it together. That time might just happen again now. 2 in a row here. Economy is starting to look a little bit safer. PRX were the ones that actually had a slightly broken economy, but those ultimates I talked about in that last round are still available now.
Absolutely. That's what I got my eyes on as well, and they're already prepping themselves for a BXQ. Mata looking to disrupt. What an excellent guiding light, though. And NRG are just bumping into each other. Curveball, as well as the Prowlers, just trying to zone PRX away. So a little bit of a standstill in the mid-round here as PRX look to pivot back to 8.
So a lot of youth being thrown back and forth, plenty of flashes, and Mata will be the one that ends up falling there. As Forsaken will keep things busy over on the B side of things, including the Seekers. Wants to really sell this one, but slowly Scuba's making his way over. Brooks sniffing something through here as well. Not too sure where the direction is, but will just cover drop for the time being. Rolling Thunder clears the sight. Scuba's first down, trying to dodge away from the ult, but running to the hands of Devi.
Yeah, he felt like he had a timing there. Brock spamming away as PRX have done a really good job this round. Kiko, though, applying some pressure from the flank could start to cause some problems and throw a spanner in the works for PRX.
It could have been really dangerous if something was still alive here, but now A-main control being taken away. NRG working their way up, still have Forsaken to clear on the top side as well.
Great stun. Honestly, still peeking down for Brock.
Oh.
Just jiggling away. Honestly, that's a decent haunt. They know where PRX are playing from, but killing them is another story. 1v1 here for Kiko.
Kiko versus Forsaken again, the player that was unknown for the time being, and Forsaken will run the clock down. He's going to start making some moves away, but as the spike starts to get diffused here, he's almost looking to just stick this one, but that's going to be half so far. Time is running out. Forsaken's just going to run down the clock and still gets a headshot anyway. NRG put that one close, but the 12 is still found regardless.
every single one of these rounds, even if it's like a 3-on-5, every XVX is so incredibly close.
อีโดมันแถบ
Felt
ติด
like
มันไม่เป็นเลย
Scuba definitely had a decent time. He dodged a rolling thunder so nicely, peeking through the sky smokes. I'm surprised he doesn't even get one there. And that is courtesy of DPI just being able to hold every angle, playing patiently exactly when it's needed. 22 kills for DPI. He's got a lot of help from the rest of the boys. I mean, whenever Jing is on the raise, that's who my eyes are on. But honestly, he's not needed to do a whole lot this game.
Yeah, I mean, when DPI is killing everybody, everyone else is just kind of scrambling to see what pieces they can still get in there. Speaking of which, Marta would like one of those pieces on his side of things. Operator on the defensive side.
Yeah, it's a similar kind of story here for PRX. A lot of pressure in tower. What a util combo onto Ethan. Not much he could have done there. And that's an opening pick for a PRX who have a little bit of control towards A main. Kiko once again has to overturn this round in the favor of NRG, pushing Forsaken off the line straight into the open arms of Marta.
Marta's in there. Kiko's in a little bit deeper as well. Burns his ultimate, the runner back nice and early, but guess what? PRX are gone. Nobody's home. On the other side of the map now is where we got to play.
Marta scaled in. Orbital won't catch Scuba if he's going to play in that little corner there. He's dodged it nicely. This has to be hard cleared here by PRX.
Yeah, Scuba's in a great spot. Do they see him? They do, but they don't quite get the kill just yet. Jing, though, wants to send out the rocket. He'll find Scuba. Still, though, players looking down for PRX and NRG. 3 versus 1. Jing has a lot of work to do here, and this is looking like it should be a good round for NRG now.
Anticipating a flank on top side, but he won't be given any reward for his patience. It's one off the paint shells with the satchel to work with here,
30
and
seconds left.
this is very winnable. Both Brook and Marta are a little bit worse for wear. If anything, it looks like he's saving.
Economy's not good. Look at the money. 200 in the bank for Jing. Most of the players
I would have expected him to go for it. I'm not going to lie. It's Jing.
He does have a good round leading. You know, it's 12-7, but
that's very sensible for
10
Jing.
seconds left.
Sensible and Jing, something we'll have to get used to. Or maybe not. We'll see how the future rounds go. NRG claw one back.
Another lockdown for PRX in the back pocket, though. 4 more needed to push us through into overtime. Definitely doable for NRG. Marta's having a tough time getting into the game, though. I feel like he's taking this arcade line a lot of the time, and he's constantly getting pushed away.
Yeah.
I think this tower side play has been very successful for PRX. Either they're catching the waylay. Last round, they caught Ethan with just utility. I'm surprised that, honestly, NRG was able to recover from that. It was courtesy of a great hold from Scuba. Pixel-perfect positioning. Doesn't get caught by the orbital. That's what you want to be seeing from your anchoring Cypher on defensive fracture.
Talk about arcade. I mean, that's where NRG want to put the pressure again. It's Marta once again on that line, but tree is where PRX will start moving out from. That Prowler didn't get to see much, so good information for Ethan.
As he execute over towards B. Jing. Straight on in towards Canteen. I'm surprised he's even alive. Brook has found Envy in the meantime. This is just not going well for PRX, and Kiko was undiscovered. Nice reaction onto DPI, honestly, and Brook has got him back. This is just going nowhere fast for PRX.
Yeah, Jing had no HP to work with there. Now Forsaken has to do a lot, and he couldn't land the shots or something. Doesn't have the gun. So he's here to just maybe get a couple of shots in there.
He just wants one gun. He's just jiggling in the corner. Mollied out of position. Nicely done for NRG. A great anti-eco to give them their 9th.
Chipping away at it. 3 more to go. NRG getting a string of an hours. PRX desperate to find this last map. Will take the final timeout. It does seem like it just keeps slipping away from them.
Yeah. All 4 timeouts used in regulation. Giving NRG the respect that they deserve. These 2 teams relatively familiar with each other, even if it's been a little while since they last played.
Goes to show that NRG not out of it, despite how behind they were on the rounds.
Totally
both halves.
I mean,
really.
PRX have had phenomenal starts to both halves, and yeah, I totally agree. I think NRG have been pretty good.
Puckett's just handed me a drawing of the US flag, so he's feeling it right now. He's back in NRG all the way, and well, 3 more rounds. Puckett might just be right.
Yeah, maybe. The, I guess, onus is on PRX to close out this opening map of Fracture. It is their map pick. Left in the veto by NRG. Will have known that PRX will be liable to be picking that, especially with how good. That will be the timeout elapsing. Let's see what PRX have drawn up here. do still think that they have the lockdown in the back pocket.
Yep.
So that's going to have to be something that they're considering for NRG. I mean, they have the orbital to potentially cancel that later on in the round. Don't think that's something they necessarily want to have to do, but if it comes down to it.
Last time we saw the lockdown, DPI used it quite aggressively on B side, just from the tunnel.
Again, pressure on the bottom side of the map for NRG, and conversely for PRX, very much just trying to make some noise over towards Arcade. Cypher Cam dealt with, and Forsaken going to make his way into unders.
Marta patiently waiting for DPI as well, who, as a reminder, DPI got a double kill here not too long ago. And in fact, a couple of pings going on towards A halls. This could get dangerous for PRX.
Marta changing up his angle of approach. He is very much on his lonesome here. There's a couple of kill trips on the side, but that's about it.
Oh.
Jump spot out from DPI. Fault line onto the line is perfection. He's just being given nothing.
Yeah. Has to think about saturating that one potentially, but he has to exit regardless and throwing a shot out there, but still low HP. Nightfall coming in defensively. Ethan arriving to help out the fellas of NRG on this defense. Oral has well been dropped into smoke.
Something in the meantime. The players in sand are starting to get in the mix. Envy has cleared Marta out of the site. Scuba stepping through the smoke. Checked nicely there by Forsaken. Even if something goes down, and this will be the lockdown, just trying to zone Kiko away. Make sure he doesn't have any chance in hell at closing out this round, and he'll have to respect it.
Yeah, minimum. He's going to have to wait this one out. And then he's got to clear absolutely everything. Turret in sand. Alarm bot in hole. Obviously, Kiko doesn't have to worry about that part. But he does have to worry about walking to the high-low. Envy and Forsaken ready to go. They know the positioning now, and 3 of them will swing at the same time. No chance for Kiko, and PRX will take map 1.
Yeah, nicely.
แบบแรกก็เดี๋ยวค่อยมาดูต่อแล้วกันนะผมเล่นโอมีละเดี๋ยวแบบ2ค่อยมาดูต่อนะครับข้ามเวลาเลยจ้ะ
The pressure over towards B as expected. It's NRG on the attacking side of things. Something waiting on the other side. Plenty of teammates.
Oh, there are 8 people in front B right now. Prowler and Paranoia going forward. Marta straight into the site. What a disgusting right click. But Jing able to at least trade back the raise. So no smokes now for the defense, and NRG will slow this one down.
That was a crazy shot. I mean, I think a lot of the times you probably don't make that one. You just sort of die in that moment. But not here, not today. Marta, like I said in the pre-show for this map, he needs to step up here, and he has, at least for that opening pick. But what do we want to get over here with something versus 2, Kiko? And also Brock taking, or he already had a little bit of damage taken from a little bit earlier on.
NRG going back for second helpings. This is a bait setup for the player behind the double stack, as something is just diving and dancing around the mound right now, trying to tap down some of these players with the ghost. Starting to run out of ammo here and dealt with by Kiko, but can Envy be the savior of this round here for PRX?
Yeah, he's hearing a lot of stuff right now. He's got 1 backstab kill, catches Kiko out with his hands on the smokes, but it's Brock and Scuba with the door open, able to get those trades. Just DPI left alone now in the 1v3. Low HP for Brock and also Scuba, so fairly winnable. We've seen DPI already get a clutch on that previous round, a map of Fracture rather.
You cannot lose another 1v3 pistol to DPI. He's just going to be living rent-free in your head as NRG. 2 of these players are 1 tap to the Sheriff. Spike going down courtesy of Ethan, yet Arc Rose is back up as DPI. Not sure if that's something you might want to place. Here. Ethan, first up to bat, does try to pepper down DPI, but he's been allowed to cross into the site, completely surrounded. You can see Brock wrapping around through Waterfall site. Probably not something you'd be expecting. Arc Rose has been invested onto the site. DPI creeping forward, but surely should get caught on the cross here by Brock. Not quite.
He's still in it for now. First tap on the spike. Arc Rose already used. Positioning pretty open here. Double peek from NRG would be strong. Time running out is a problem, and double peek will in fact come through Ethan for that kill. No clutch this time. Marta happy with that opening.
Yeah, perfection there for NRG, just giving DPI absolutely nothing. I mean, his respect has been earned well and truly by that 1v3 he put together in the second half pistol of Fracture. Explosive start to this round. Forsaken
still
not going to be happy with that one. But look, NRG, they win themselves a pistol, and we said they needed to start these halves a little bit quicker, and that's a good way to do it here.
Kind of bad for something there, as he saw a lot of heads, couldn't quite connect those shots over towards Mound, and Envy probably would have liked to have gotten 1 more kill than just as he found it at Kiko. Rubble side, all 5 up for NRG. And PRX here to match as well, just about 4 members. The first kill onto Forsaken. Okay, Marta once again, first blood, 2 rounds in a row.
Dealt with over on Rubble side. Peeking in with the horde, similar to what you saw from Ethan in that last round, but none of these classics are having any impact. NRG doing a really good job just pushing this anti-eco away. Divide with a Sheriff in hand, rotating in through spawn side, wants to try to trim down the numbers.
Oh my god, you cannot be doing that. Okay, that's a problem. Especially if he gets another one here, but disgusting shots so far and something in there as well. They've just turned this one around.
Player standing.
ยากละ
Pick from Broad or something.
timing,
That's a very good timing. Oh, something. That's ridiculous with the bandit. Paper X are committing daylight robbery
the
right now
YO
to
ให้
complete
ว่ะ
an eco win in what?
พูดได้เลย
That
เต็ม
was
ปาก
a 2-on-5.
Yep.
That was
I
a
can't believe it.
2-on-5, Kev.
I cannot believe that. Oh, the stars lined up. Couldn't have had a more perfect situation.
ไม่ใช่ระอัพแล้วเว้ยมันคือคมเลยอะ
Receives the last two players who have no idea that he's there. I mean, he was about to get one freebie, and the second freebie was like, yeah, thank you, yes, I will.
That is just brutal, man. I feel bad for reacting because we're right in front of the players. I'm sure they probably.
Mate, we are the only audience they've got. I mean, I just lost myself with dividing those two shots in a row.
I almost fell to my knees, I'm not gonna lie. Regardless though, Forcebyte does come in here for NRG. Prowler going forward and Paper X are very much fighting for this mount control.
Two casters falling to their knees in the EWC arena right now. The only audience that these two teams have got themselves. A nice TP in. Oh, Envy, you should have hit that one. That was almost free. 5 versus 4. He'll want that kill back. And Jing might just be able to get that kill back. Sees players, sees a spike on the floor, and Jing, okay, looking for number 3, and he's got it. Oh, PRX styling on him.
Looking to continue pushing the issue. Jing is now on for the ace. Showstopper earned. And Kiko, who opened up this round so nicely with the little bit of a shrouded step, crouch jiggle into V, has got far too much work to do. Spike dropped outside of Mount. NRG trying to throw a little bit of a Hail Mary force buy into round number 3 after a shocking eco defeat. Or anti-eco defeat, rather. But I just don't know if there's anything that Kiko can really get done here. Paper X with a gorgeous shutdown, and this is what we were talking about. We wanted to see a little bit more from Jing on the race.
We also said
Fracture.
sensible Jing. He's not just running knee-deep in to try and get the
30
ace.
seconds left.
Respecting the fact that still early days here, I want to secure the economy, not do anything too silly.
Yeah.
Kiko just wants to save the rifle, and the hunt is on for what it's worth. So maybe Jing will, in fact, get the ace.
We'll see if he's able to do that. Making a lot of noise coming over here towards Heavenside. He's the
10
player in the
seconds
position to do it. Kiko, this is just such a favorable angle for the Omen, though. There's no way you check this as Jing.
Ahead. Okay. Kiko probably dies anyway, but Jing would have loved to have been the one getting that kill.
Paranoia out, but Forsaken jumps straight on top of him. 2-1 for Paper X. Another great start to a half here. Money will be broken for NRG.
Yeah.
I'm sure they will have had a sigh of relief after winning the pistol, but this is unfortunately going to be an emotional roller coaster for them.
Look at this again. The opening 3 coming on through. Mata just couldn't quite land it. And Jing ends up getting 4 off the back of this. Pretty gross, but also than that,
that was a gorgeous arc rose from Divide, by the way. Blinds 2 players after they make contact with Jing and sets him up so beautifully.
Team play, perfect. And instantly shutting down the pistol even more so. Okay, getting into a nice hot territory here. Something judge in hand. Plenty of NRG players in front. All on pistols, so see where the cleanup happens.
Aggressive dash on in. Something very much just kicking his feet, running around with the judge, trying to get a bit of an anti-eco on. Envy inside of the site has a dark cover for safety. He knows that NRG are kind of halted up in tree for the time being, and the attackers once again will slow this one down. Not much to work with. Just classics and abandoned on Scooper.
Low HP on Martyr as well. Paper X, happy to chill. See what Energy are going to do here. Share covering over towards Mound. B is mostly open, but Devi will be checking that one in terms of his own contact.
A deep sheer wall over towards C Mount, as well as a one-way. Paper X, even if they don't have anyone invested over on that side of the map, are quite happy to just lean towards B and A until it at least gets tripped here. Wall goes back up for NRG.
And through the wall is going to be Forsaken, spamming his way in. And whereas you find one, you shall find more. You know, with all the classics in the eco, that all of NRG are just going to be waiting around the corner. Forsaken gobbles all of them up. One away from the ultimate. And a nice clean round.
Yeah, Paper X. Excellent position now. Taking no economic damage on this defensive side. Gonna start running away with things. NRG once again gonna have to take the hard road here. And just gun round by gun round work their way into this attacking half of Lotus. This is their map pick though.
And the real disappointing thing is, you know, you would have liked to have seen NRG get off to a bit of a rolling start, pistol, anti-eco. Maybe you lose the round 3. Maybe you don't. I'm always seeing PRX on Fracture. Multiple rounds in a row to start things out with post-pistol and see what happens over the B side again for NRG.
Front B cleared out. They want to try to sandwich Mal, but Paper X are already playing around that towards front B. Prowler does confirm that the raise is over towards the door side. Rocket pulled out, not judged well enough by Forsaken, who goes down and something pushed away. In goes Jing with his own rocket, looking for Ethan, but denied outright. Ethan doubling up nicely. And this is looking very good for NRG.
Jing doesn't even get a shot in there. That could have been at least one kill coming on through, a little something more for PRX to work with. NRG now should be able to get themselves onto site. Still something to deal with here as the paint shells will just push them off. Haven't even had a chance to talk about the fact that something is playing on the operator here, and at some stage with the numbers in 2 versus 5, how badly does PRX want this retake with the op?
I think you just want to min-max the money. It's only early days, a lot more legs left in this half. NRG's money hasn't built up too heavily just yet, but they're looking pretty good, honestly. Spikes down, Scuba on the off angle. Might have a good timing here onto something, and if he could take the operator away, that's going to make this one a little bit more expensive for Paper X, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think something really wants to walk too far forward, though. Wants to hide away a little bit deeper on site if possible. So 2 teams will handshake this one away, I believe, as you're not even really playing for exits here for your PRX. You just want to hold on to what guns you hand. I say that, but Devi and Brock and Ethan will meet.
That trade actually gives 2 ults over to NRG. Both Brock and Ethan were one off. Brock goes down, gets him the Steel Garden. Ethan earns himself the Nightfall and will unfortunately fall to the spike at the end of that round. Not ideal, but still good enough from NRG, who now go into yet another gun round, knowing that they put a pretty big dent in Paper X's economy, and they've got great ults to work with.
It's a showstopper trade that goes in the favor of Mata and not quite in the favor of Jingers. Ethan will be able to get 3 kills in that particular round. Really put the pain on to PRX. I mean, that's the 3 kills that puts PRX on just the 2 members, including Op, which something this time around.
This is gonna be fun.
Is ready for NRG coming through pillars.
Yeah, over on front B, that has been a pretty big point of contention here. You're going to have to have a Prowler and a Paranoid to push something off the line here. Rubble has been kind of soft cleared by Paper X, who will play the Vice over with a deep wall on 8. Something on the line here. The Fade is over towards main, so they don't actually have a Prowler to push him away. They're trying to throw out a dark cover. A Prowler will set him up on the line, courtesy of Envy, and NRG just going to respect it.
Heading over towards the A side of things. Only Devi here. Sheer wall being played in as well. As it's a big group up for PRX over towards Mound. Still yet to see where NRG want to really seriously start to make some moves.
Yeah, just playing retake A here. They still have the sheer wall, so they're quite happy to lean towards C and the front B info line. Door gets tickled by NRG. Does that give Paper X a little bit of pause for thought where their setup is concerned? 45 seconds, and the attackers are not really budging an inch. Kicking off the B split now. No scope misses from something. He's able to pick up Brook, hit by the Paranoia and traded out by Kiko.
Would have been gross if you got Kiko, but Kiko is happy with that kill. 4 versus 4 now. B is going to be the ending of where the site plant is going to take place. The rest of PRX coming through the door.
Left.
And a big TP as well. Forsaken gonna have the off-angle potential here. Now he doesn't actually commit to the TP. Ethan onto Forsaken as he gets taken down from that door location. It's been difficult for PRX to buy themselves into the retake so far.
Yeah, Devi needs to get involved in this round over from Heaven side. Only marked by Ethan. Kiko continues to jiggle here. Jing gonna find a pick onto Scuba, and they're taking a long time to get back into the site, but Paper X have at least got some trades on in.
Well, Jingle, if we hear the sounds of victory, and we do for Mata. Big shots in, Ray's going well. Celebratory paint shells, we lock in 3-3 now. Finding some real success on to B, where, hey, PRX have also been wanting to place more of their own resources on that side of the map. Something trying really hard to find value on this operator. And the no-scope just is, unfortunately not, it still gets the kill, mind you.
Well, it's just a bit of an awkward exchange at the end of the day, unfortunately. And Brock, even though he does go down, I think you're happy with the 1-for-1 onto something, especially because you've already been able to dump the steel guard and wrap around from Mata was perfection. Papers plant.
Been really
They're doing eco in round 2. Honestly, they've just picked themselves back up by their bootstraps, and it's only courtesy of the eco being one that PRX can even continue to buy here on the defense.
they can't afford an operator for something. That'll be one thing gone off the table. Brock Odin is back in play. A lot of youth being exchanged here. Forsaken tucked away. Has to get, unfortunately, revealed the fact that he shoots the haunt, but Jing's the one that actually gets the kill through the smoke. Martyred down.
Great open up for PRX, who dominate that mount control. PRX going to be put through, oh sorry, NRG going to be put through their paces. They don't have any more prowlers to deal with any of these aggressive plays for PRX.
Oh, through the wall.
Spam onto something. Does at least equalize the numbers.
Wow.
And Scuba ready for the follow-up peek from Jing there.
It's a crazy read, Ethan. Understanding that something or somebody will be behind that box and rewarded. But now look at this. Forsaken nearly had the secondary, but Ethan a little bit too sharp. For PRX, Envy still in play though, 2 versus 2. Nightfall ready to go, and he wants to rip that one through. No issues. Brock now behind that same box, and he's going to take him down by DPI and Envy. Doubling up here.
แต่ผมเข้าใจว่าทำไมเขาถึงยิงเช็คนะเพราะว่าทำจริงอ่ะเล่นตรงนี้หลายรอบมากเลยเว้ยแล้วยังก็เล่นแบบเดิมอีกก็โดนนะครับจ
Quite
ริง
able to keep the streak of rounds going there. See Mount up close towards that dark cover. Good turnaround for Ethan and Scuba. When they were down in a 4-on-5, they were ready for that mid-round aggression. Honestly, if Forsaken doubles up there, the round would have been done outright. But the rest of
ๆแต่เชื่อไหม
PRX,
รอบหน้าทำดีไว้ตรงนี้ละเพราะว่าแบบเข็ด
it's a very back and forth game of Lotus here.
Close margins as well. Obviously went down to a 2v2. Nightfall doing some work there, and Nightfall nearly ready again, but a Scuba onto something who doesn't get anything with the blades. Very unfortunate there.
Not ideal. Envy pushed off by the Viper wall. Well aware that he does have Odin in hand, and I don't think NRG are scared of it. Maybe they should be. Nice off angle. Pain shells and the paranoia not really connecting too much, but at least making Envy uncomfortable enough for NRG to claim the site.
Trying to do some damage on a Brock, or even get a kill, but not quite there as Marta converts onto Forsaken. 2 left alive. Now look, we've seen PRX win a 2v5 before, but DPI and Jing gonna have to do a little bit more than that. It's only DPI left, 1v4 ultimate in hand, but what can he really do here? We know he can certainly get some shots in, but look at the money situation.
Yeah. NRG being very disciplined here. Both teams a little bit lower on the cash, so they want to maximize the guns and not give DPI any chances of completing this clutch, let alone taking more guns here.
Does DPI even want to go for it? That's my question, because it just doesn't have the money to play with.
Fall back into spawn side. Hold on to the Vandal, but consequently, NRG, who are also quite light on the cash, will get through this round with 4 guns surviving. It's a very nice clap back to even things up 4 apiece.
Early shut down against something's Blade Storm. Everyone winning their ones. And well handled 4 versus 2 there, making sure another clutch is not going to be possible. So once again, we find ourselves all evened up 4-4 on Lotus. By the only gun in the hand. See what the rest of the economy looks like for PRX after this.
Too much for Impy to do that. Especially after something goes down right at the start of the round.
Oh, that is not the economy look you want to see for PRX.
Yeah.
Quite a bit better for NRG. No blades for something, obviously, and a TP that could have been a death and will end up still being a death for Forsaken.
Yeah, I mean, he wanted to go for the progression
Okay.
smoke play with the Haunt to try to scan somebody going across to Rebel. It is a PRX classic to throw out those dark covers and try to dive into them with the Omen or the Raze. In this case, though, as mentioned before, NRG very, very familiar with PRX and all of their antics and quite happy to play around them.
Jing desperate to find that gun there, dropped by Forsaken. The hand-me-down will not be passed over.
This is going to be a very, very good half for NRG, especially after they get ecoed round 2. Like, they're going to go up 5-4 with massive economy. A lot of ults coming off online here towards the tail end of the half. Like, I'm very, very impressed that they've been able to actually put themselves in a winning position on this attacking side of Lotus, given how this started.
I mean, the same situation on Fracture would have led PRX to quite the lead, but here in NRG, they're about to find the 5-4 here, especially with that kill into Envy, and still 1 gun left in the hands of DPI, and at the end of this one, he has to start asking the question again. Does he just go for the save?
30 seconds left.
Potentially so. Not much for something to do there. NRG.
เซฟเลยแล้วข้ามนะครับ
Approach
ยังไง
option.
ไว้ต้องเซตอยู่แล้ว
As it's out of 4. The onus is back.
Yeah, a couple of opportunities there. Something, like you said, not much to do, but maybe a cheeky headshot would have landed in a kill. So no timeout, but PRX still, again, really needs something out of this. Their economy is in the dumps and something back on the op. Half armors across the board for everybody. Can't even quite afford everything now. There's something would like a shot here. Dash ready to go, but NRG do not bite on the hook.
Second, peppering down this one player outside of A there. Scooper a little worse for wear, but the regen shield will help him come back up to a little bit more of a healthy status as NRG looking to pick up the pace towards C here with the Nightfall.
Haven't seen much out of C for NRG so far, so this time they're going to really commit into it. Shit will slow things down. With the Nightfall in play, PRX fully respecting something is ready once again. Paranoia will be pushing players off slightly, but just no one in the sidelines. He will reveal the operator once more.
Yeah, still Gardner's getting traded, waiting for the Raze ult to kick this one off in combination with the Paranoia. In goes the Viper's Pit from NRG. It's a pretty deep one to try to zone Waterfall away and make things difficult for Paper X.
Here we go, Showstopper Jing. That's the opening he was looking for, but doesn't see Marta. Despite being flashed out, Marta gets the kill, Divine gets the trade, so there is still a 4 versus 4 and against something. He wanted that operator kill for so long, gets on to Kiko. Opportunity now, Envy onto Brock. 2 left, Scuba and Ethan to hold on, and they can't do it. Scuba needs to do a lot of work here, but something's got his number. We're back to evens, 5 and 5.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised Paper X was able to put that retake together, given that the Showstopper had 0 impact on the retake there. The pit ends up kind of working against NRG. I understand they were really trying to dig their heels into Waterfall and give themselves an avenue to play towards long, but unfortunately, it just ends up being a big smoke to obscure the fact that Paper X are on the spike.
Oh, the flash here is on, makes it easy for Divide to be able to get the trade.
Good stuff inside of the pit from something. It's not easy to retake into a pit with an operator, I'll tell you that.
Like I said earlier, PRX needed to make that one work, and okay, let's just get this one underway, because Jing already wants to take some early control, playing off that smoke.
That's a classic set play from Paper X, going fishing for a pick outside of C, but unfortunately not able to get it. Scuba lurking outside of A here, has Defiant something to contend with. Not sure if something caught a whiff of it. Indeed, you see the ping come out, but with the wall going up for Scuba, he's going to be able to skulk away as NRG start to work mound control.
Okay, here, clearing rather, and 4second doesn't TP out in time. PRX dropping their members over towards C. Now the wrong rotate has to happen, Jing. Late to the party, unfortunately. All his Vice Util stuck on the opposite side of the map.
Yeah, Paper X are so far out of position here. Have to take a long way back on into it. That is ridiculous from Jing. Waits till the last minute and Marta not respecting the boom bot.
Yeah, if he shoots the boom bot, unfortunately he just dies to Jing's swing there. So lose-lose scenario and perfectly played by Jing. Makes the retake a little bit easier now. 4 versus 4, no ultimates though. On either side, Prowler in first. CT clear so far. And Scuba, like you said, on for the long flank. Wait for that activation, but he needs to get in position. Something. Big shot onto Ethan. Divide gets a kill to Brock as well. Okay. 1 versus 1. Does he have the shot? Oh, Scuba's got to come in. Door's closing. Door is closing, brother. No, he's just got to give that one up, I'm afraid. He's gone. Can't even leave the site. That door timing's wild.
It's perfectly played there by Scuba. Just tapping the door, Divide just endlessly waiting for him to peek, but never quite gets the peek that he was looking for. And NRG not involved in the out on an island there. I mean, yeah, that was fantastic because they were so.
There we go, once again, making similar plays here, but this time it's Marta going in on the 1 HP. He survives. Takes down Forsaken once again. Big trades happening still on Mount 3 versus 4. Paranoia doesn't get as much as he would have liked, but Kiko will find Divide regardless. Now something has to find this next shot. Dash is about to fade away, and 3 members from NRG is too many for him to handle.
Not much for MB to do there. Well trained the Falcon. Regardless, though, we're going to have fisticuffs here over A Rubble right off the bat.
We'll see how PRX manages this situation. 4 members from NRG on their side, and one scan already out onto Marta, so that location has been revealed. Wall's going to slow things down somewhat, and Marta's just taking util damage from all angles. So is Brock.
Paper X not liking the way that A is feeling right now. They've taken a little bit of a chunk out of Brook and Marta, as mentioned, so I feel like they kind of win that exchange to some regard. Marta taking a little bit of a risk, looking for information, punished by something to give Paper X the opener.
And Paper X slowed down, walked back a little bit, then re-entered. Now NRG are interested once more again, so the wall to play off. Door tagged as well. Brock, reminder, one of the low HP members.
All of NRG are here though. Paper X ready for the swing, but the Paranoia is excellent to make them very uncomfortable. Paranoia back in response for Paper X. Very much fighting for control of Rubble here. This will definitely decide the pistol round. Scuba with 2 into a 1v1. Can Divide clutch yet another pistol for Paper X. Swing in from Scuba is beautiful, and a 3K to give NRG yet another great start to a half.
A big celebration from NRG as well from their side of the stage. Second pistol picked up in this map, and question now will be, can they actually convert that into a string of wins? That second round eco from the first half still in the back of everyone's mind here. But obviously, massive trades back and forth over towards Rubble, the re-entry from PRX as well. But a 1v1, Scuba takes away from Divine, who's been so sharp today in the series, and Scuba showing, okay, I'm still good.
Paper X with a couple of upgraded pistols here on the eco. Divide can't do much against an outlaw on an angle like that. Up inside of the progression dark cover here. Paper X wait for the door to close before they make their next move.
Yeah, Marta's already basically cleared over towards Mound, relieves pressure away. NRG starting to rotate. Now the opening coming through. That is going to be Paranoia. Dodged out. Kiko would like to hit some of these shots, get some damage in there. Forsaken on 1 HP. And now they're just waiting for Kiko to see if that can be a kill. Ethan looking over towards the left, but doesn't quite manage to get a shot into play. Jing cleans up. Scuba gets Jing down, and now over towards the drop. Just back and forth. 2 versus 3 now. Still plenty of damage, even if PRX lose the round. But will they lose the round?
Player standing.
Now they probably will.
Yeah, brute flank from Brock and Scuba. It's coming in tandem. I mean, the Lemmings made it into the site, and they had teeth, man. Actually took a couple of guns away from NRG. They were in pretty good positions to just shut that down outright, especially with the easy opening peak over on Mount side. But well, Paper X do a good job keeping it interesting. Put themselves in very annoying positions. I mean, you can see them kind of tucked in under drop here. That's not easy for Ethan to clear.
Yeah, frustrating death for Ethan on that one. The rest of the players in a good position to finish things out. No shenanigans from Forsaken or anybody else. This last couple plays alive for PRX. This is one of the biggest deficits that PRX has seen for quite a little bit.
Very close on the C's late there. Almost had multiple players caught on the side of NRG. They dodge it nicely up behind their Viper wall, and now an immediate pivot back towards Mount for Paper X, but that's where I'm having a look at this Vice wall. Going to be a little bit harder to break through that.
So Boombot Prowler Claire coming through from NRG. Make sure no one was there on Rubble. That allows now Kiko to move over.
I saw they've got the Paranoia in the right position here, but Brock's only got a Spectre and a lot of work to do. There's the burst into the site that I was talking about, the TP up on top. Not necessarily ideal for Forsaken, and these are some awkward duels being taken. A lot of players here for NRG, but Paper X finally break through.
Okay, Ethan and Marta. Okay, they're really getting some good damage in. There's something on basically 1 HP here. Just a big flank. PRX weren't ready for it. And now something is just going to end up potentially saving this one. He's just... Well, he's a 1 versus 2, but the HP situation is rough. He's going to go for a potential long flank. Still got just barely enough time.
I mean, that could seriously work out. I don't know how tucked behind the box Marta is. Ethan's ready for it, though. Very much clued on. And that's a 10th round for NRG. Bonus converted. They are running away with Lotus right now.
Yeah, this is looking fantastic for NRG. As honestly, before the flank from Marta and Co came on through onto door, it was looking PRX's way for quite some time.
But that's where you look at NRG, not only the Vice tech with the wall, but also just how annoying they were being for Paper X to kind of isolate and hunt down inside of the site is exactly what allows for that door open to be so impactful on the flank. If Paper X had made it safely into the site like 5 seconds sooner, that's probably their round.
Well, PRX facing the pressure on that one. And as these rounds go by, it's looking more and more comfortable for NRG, and the likelihood of us going to a map 3 is starting to look really real.
Expect nothing less from this series. Paper X have very much dug themselves a hole here, though. Coming out of this timeout will be on a half buy. on this attacking side, where it feels like they're getting shot down more often than not by NRG, who are playing an excellent game here.
Wall set.
Very well-rounded performance from pretty much everyone in the server as well. Like, no one is really lagging behind.
From both teams, really.
No
No one's,
charges.
as you say, really running super far ahead like DPI was on Fracture. Odin out for Brock this time around. Something feeling himself on the Marshall. Seen him do some magic on that before, but here we go. Omen versus Open first and foremost. Does that Prowl actually get a bit of a sightline? Maybe.
Nah, Forsaken tried to dodge it, and Kiko saw his cape going inside of the dark cover. Unfortunate. Disgusting off angle here from Brock. This is what we know him for.
And that Prowler certainly will be able to see DPI revealing the Odin through that wall as well. Bit of a clear coming through. The rubble side from Envy.
Marta. Outlaw out yet again, looking to farm himself up a showstopper. He's halfway to it. Little taps on in will make a big difference in getting a rocket going a little earlier on. Something over on the other side of the map. Sees the sheer wall. Dash active.
You can tell that shot put the fear into PRX as well. Okay. Tap the wall.
I have the spike.
Trigger the orb as well. Just wait this one out. Slow things down. 40 seconds left to play through. End on C. Playing pretty far back is going to be Scuba and Rourke.
Yeah. Quite happy to let Paper X come to them. Only Sheriffs and Marshals in the mix here as the Paint Shells tries to clear out Pillar side. They will be able to at least make it up onto the site and maybe even get a plant here, but how much more success can you really conjure as Paper X?
Well, they got to go for that plant sooner rather than later. Big damage! Brock finds his mark onto something inside the smoke. No problem. Scuba on the DPI as well. Now Jing. Yeah, just see if we can get a kill here or two. Help the economy.
Nice tap. Also building himself up a showstopper. One off now, courtesy of those two Sheriff shots, but NRG will complete the retake nonetheless.
11 found. Remember that 11-5 that we saw on Fracture the other way around? Well, PRX on the 5 end of things. NRG was able to make a little bit of a comeback. PRX, after that tack timeout, will need to think about where this gun round's gonna go.
Going into the attack timeout, there definitely would have been more so chatting about the adaptation and heading into this gun round. So let's see what they've prepped up here. The half buy is one thing. Plans may have changed, especially when you're considering the orb control. You're now one off two pretty big ults here for Paper X.
Yeah.
It's up to NRG to kind of deny those orbs.
Operator in hand. Something. Really keen for it. Kiko a little bit more. Good spot on the Forsaken. Knows his tricks. Knows where he's going to end up being with that TP.
Just a flick one tap. Devastating to lose your smokes on the attacking side 5 seconds into the round. Just a disgusting shot from Kiko. And anything that you discuss on Paper X is very quickly getting much more difficult for you.
Yeah, it's going to have to end up being relying on the Cloudburst smokes or relying on that Nightfall now as DPI is under pressure. Oh, he's lucky to survive that scenario. In fact, he was looking for that kill.
I'm surprised he almost got Marta there. Honestly, had no business doing anything at that point. 3 on 5 here for Paper X. Off angle from Scuba is looking pretty dirty.
This round is
a dumpster
fire. Hate to say it, but kind of in the bin at the moment. As Scuba just drops something from behind his neck.
Yeah.
I mean, what you can do here now? 2 versus 5. You don't feel good about giving up the round. It's about to be 12 for NRG. PRX kind of in the bin at the moment. This was terrible for them.
Yep. Only thinking about Breeze at this point. All picked up by Envy. 30 seconds on the clock. I feel like I'm watching the Masters Grand Final all over again, like a stop map for Paper X. Oh no, we're so back. We're so done. Hopefully on Breeze we're so back.
We just speed ran Fracture straight into Lotus from that Grand Final. Really, we skipped the other 3 maps in the middle. Time this one out. PRX, it sucks to be in a position where you got to save on this round to give the 12 over to NRG.
Especially after the attack timeout. Brock entering with the Odin. A little bit of a jiggle for Ethan there. They're well aware where Envy is, and he won't make it away with the operator, so something will be a little bit more empty-handed. And Paper X, they've got all of the ults, but none of the money up against map point here for NRG.
That round went from bad to worse with no recovery on the op. It just starts, like you said, you lose Forsaken like 5 seconds. Something trying to make something happen over on towards B and just gets dropped from behind. No chance to recover there.
That's
And
the-
they're basically on
แบบ
5
3แน่นอนครับ
I
ดู
mean,
ก็รู้
that's the kind of round that NRG does, though. I remember
Jason,
that,
ไม่ได้เลยนะ
America's like lower final, I think it was, against MIBR, where every round just feels hopeless. You get spammed.
Okay.
In goes that showstopper for Jing.
Let's see if we can find some hope. Jing really looking for it. Just gonna have to throw that rocket out. Lots of ultimates being played in, and something again just
ถ้า
doesn't
มัน
really
มัน
add
ไม่ส่ง
anything.
เลยเราเลย
As
อะ
Ethan drops him almost immediately. Brock on the other side of that door, spamming on through. Jing made his way onto site, but they're just losing members. They're just continually losing more. NRG are gonna make this one look easy. 2 left, down to 1. Forsaken versus the world.
เยียบ
And despite the rocket going sideways, NRG is the world. Forsaken can't even run third.
I
NRG
felt-
attacking.
Lord,
Kick it off over towards shops.
Is it the third and decider map here, opening up the group? Winner will go on to take Vitality, I believe, in a qualification game for the playoffs. Loser will play Carmine Core in the elimination. NRG creeping their way in towards A main. Viper wall goes up, dash on in, and they've been given an open A site here. Divide trying to spam one down before the plant goes down, but NRG with the forward high tide will take all control here, including yellow.
Massive coverage. It's going to be Divide hiding behind the high tide and seeing a couple of shots come through on the opposite end as well. The rest of NRG, rather, Paper X finally arrive.
Kiko up close and personal here. Not too much utility left over. Just the pistols here for NRG as Paper X start to make their moves.
Envy took a little bit of damage early on. Hiding away is going to be Kiko, and he's completely shuts down 2 members of PRX. As soon as they spot in, 4 versus 3 now, Brock. All the way in the back, Forsaken doesn't even get to move, and Jing, nothing in response either. Falling apart as Paper X, NRG, another pistol, 3 pistols in a row going their way.
Yeah, really nicely worked there from NRG. Just keeping things simple. Creep up in towards A main, throw up the Viper wall, Sova dart, and the dash on in. And when they recognize that it's a retake setup for Paper X, they choose to even take a step forward.
อะไรนะ
That is a big strength of the Harbor in combination with the Viper. Originally, we used to see this over on Icebox, where you're kind of segmenting the walls. But the Harbor gives you a little bit more flexibility in terms of where you actually want to control in terms of the site. So being able to kind of further extend that control gave Paper X a few more troubles on the retake going forward.
Alright, Knife will probably get in for 2 players. Forsaken and something is potentially got the sniper out, actually.
Yeah, 2 marshals. I mean, this is pretty common on Breeze, but Paper X in particular here do have a couple of upgrades to try to keep this one interesting.
Okay, Kiko there as well. Moving up through mid, walking into something. He's been waiting for this opportunity.
Yep.
Buying up as well, given that, what was the pistol going towards the NRG side of things? Very slow around. Look at the trappers well on the door side of things. Jing and Envy dodging out from the Viper molly as well. This could be very interesting. Should get checked though. 2 players there. Envy is the only one that actually gets somebody from the Paper X side of things.
Yeah, both of the marshals here. Divide on the rotation over. Something not really able to do too much as the Viper wall goes up. Takes a chunk out of Kiko.
Unfortunate.
But look, not much to be done here as the wall gets dropped on Paper X. And Divide not even able to take one more with him. Only Marta to go down here for NRG. And a pretty nice anti-eco.
Yeah, but Paper X would have liked to see a little bit more coming through from the marshals. No one really biting over towards mid. The trap setup. Now the mid doors only delivering the 1 kill. That's after the fact that they dodged out from that molly as well. Once more, Ethan, the rest of NRG, diffusing that situation. A device body shot on Kiko, not landing at a kill either.
Fair bit invested in that round for Paper X. He's going to hamstring the opening gun round a little bit. A couple of sets of light armor. Full buy up for NRG, who were kind of cutting corners there. Initial contact. Going the way of either one of these teams. Forsaken well aware that there's a couple of players over towards B main. That's the 2nd time that Kiko has picked Forsaken on the jump spot. And this is a landslide for NRG.
Yeah, Forsaken's first deaths just keep going up, unfortunately, as the light armor gets a little bit lighter now, not in a good way for Paper X. 5 versus 2. You know, a map and a half ago, I would have said maybe still winnable for Paper X. Divide can certainly do it, but now the way this is going, looking like 3 in a row for NRG.
Yeah, they are all over this. Just keeping things pretty simple here, using the double E-net just to be able to take control of the mains and springboard into these quicker executes. Paper X having a really tough time dealing with it.
So those first deaths, man. No trades either. Heavy investment on that second round. Double marshals being brought in. Doesn't allow every single member on your team to have a full buy on this round 3 rifle. Now you have to walk out tail tucked between your legs for PRX. They even hold on to a couple of rifles here.
It's the best possible start for NRG, honestly. Like, the cash is already like 2+K on all of these players. They're about to win the bonus round, up 3-0 on the attacking side of Breeze. This is going to be a bit of a nightmare to navigate for PRX.
Similar to what we saw in Fracture, but the opposite side around, right? I mean, we just saw the fact that you get those 5 in a row, bonus converted as well. After PRX wins the pistol, they got both the pistols on Fracture now. 3 pistols in a row. Haven't seen anything come through from PRX. The timeout coming through super early.
See what they want to kind of construct around these 2 rifles that have been kept through from the opening gun round. Might be some marshals or sheriffs to be invested in. Maybe throw a shotty in the mix, especially if they want to contest a main or something like that. Up to PRX to kind of pick themselves up. This has been a false start here on Breeze so far. NRG are looking pretty locked in, really running through with all of the momentum they garnered from stomping PRX on Lotus, and Breeze looks like it's heading in much the same direction.
I mean, it really did say it earlier on, but it kind of feels like we're speedrunning the London finals in a way where get a very resounding win on Fracture that this time around actually kind of gets a lot more competitive, and then slowly but surely throughout the rest of the series, and this time just in a BO3, losing momentum from PRX. Confidence seems down as well. Some of those magic moments you get out of Fracture, you're just not getting anymore.
Let's see what they come up with here. Got a lot of work to do. I think the objective starts to move, especially when you have this good of a start on the attacking side from, you know, being able to string rounds together, being able to break the money to how many can we kind of chip in early on here. You got to kind of adjust your expectations. Forsaken really going to go for a Guardian here. Down to $400. Indeed, he is investing quite a lot in this round. He feels like PRX have a good chance to win it.
2 players with just the pistols out there as well, including something who's super far away from the Blade Storm. And PRX getting nice and active early on. A couple players wanting to move a little bit deeper into the mid. As NRG, full respect, they want to be prepared for the potential PRX doing something here.
Yeah, something very much saving for an operator heading in towards the next round. Ethan jiggling for the mid push, and he it's courtesy really of this deep wall from PRX. Makes NRG a little bit nervous that they will be taking some space over there, and sometimes they even just throw down that wall and then just play towards the mains. In this case, NRG really doing their due diligence, working their way through the map. Up elbow, drone goes into middle.
Drone sees nothing. Smoke ends up being pretty useful there for PRX just to hide inside the cove. They don't see anything on the opposite end either. Time is running out, and NRG have barely made moves. It's confusing PRX a little bit.
I think they're making the right call here, though. Just dropping off Scooper in middle for the late lurk. He's able to play in front of this Viper wall, so it's not really troubling NRG too much as they group back up towards this A site. Similar to the pistol, it's just going to be Divide retake. The rest of PRX have cleared all of B, but the Execute's going to get in a little bit faster.
Oh, full flash, and Divide isn't able to get anything. Forsaken once again, first death. Very unfortunate. Brock will convert onto that lone player of Divide who can't respond at all. And Divide had one of the only rifles.
Yeah. Something with naught but a classic. Oh, there you go. He's picked up the Vandal. Wants to try to make this one a little bit more interesting. 2 players cripplingly low on the side of NRG.
3 players off-site here as well. They do get smoked off. Gives a little bit of opportunity for PRX, who with their guns available, 2, 1 being picked up by something. It's playable, but no, it's not anymore. They're just leaving, aren't they?
Yeah, they got to save. You really got to min-max your money when NRG has this much cash. Like, you've got to be able to guarantee yourself as many gun rounds as you can get access to, because there's no breaking the attacking side economy anymore. Forsaken looking for some damage here at the end. Oh, sorry, G. For some damage here at the end of the round. Stand out by the KO knife. I do imagine he's probably just going to go down to the spike. Doesn't feel the need to force the issue. He's trying to keep NRG interested so that maybe one of them died to the spike. But as it stands, NRG really just passing the test with flying colors. 5 alive heading into round 5. They're going to have like 7K on each of these players, something like that. It's going to be a ridiculous amount of cash for the attackers.
And they played that round so slowly as well that PRX, like I sort of mentioned, they got really confused towards the end. Didn't really know where to go. Leaving Divide just to anchor A alone, and we'll see what happens with that, and just couldn't even trade 1 for 1 there. Leaves Martyr, I believe, on 5 HP.
I think this changes plans for PRX as well. I was pretty sure that something was saving for an operator, but as he picks up a Vandal to save into the next round, Instead, it's going to be rifle-centric game fate for PRX.
Oh,
Early
okay, hang on.
opener with the utility here. Keiko gets sent in, then wrapped back into middle here for NRG. Not going particularly well so far. They've really tried to cause a little bit of a reaction and a rotation in the early round for PRX, but they still end up a man down.
Haven't seen PRX get in the first blood in some time now over the course of these rounds. It's Kiko trying to dive on in on A and being punished for it. DPI onto Brock as well. Okay, numbers starting to look really comfortable for PRX. Will still be a plant coming on through, but a 2 versus 4 now. No ultimates in play. Plenty of money though, so NRG happy to get it done.
Scuba on the front foot. Nice placement of the Viper Orb here. Ethan could set him up with a nicely timed flash to try to start to even up the numbers. Scuba going for a little bit of a play here. Something well and truly ready for it. Just down to Ethan. Trying to do some damage to the economy of PRX. Fragment. Got to keep something at arm's length. Forsaken's made it up onto the site, and Forsaken just, just pushing straight into the fragment. PRX getting themselves their first gun round here. One of many that'll be needed.
You're welcome.
You tell Ethan wasn't ready for that. Something pushing into the fragment. Leaves with 6 HP. One of the few times now that we're really starting to see PRX getting that first blood, converting onto secondary kill, getting really heavy numbers in their favor. Starting to bite their way back into this map a little bit.
Be a long road back in, but that round was fantastic, really. NRG trying to go for one of these set plays where they set up the jet for success in the early round with a little bit of the double unit utility and have a wrap into middle in the mid round to catch some of those rotations.
Well, you want to see the op come through for something. That will now be the case. Back over towards mid. Has to be a little bit concerned about the dart.
Same for Keiko, though, and he's holding this line nicely. PRX punished in the opening kills department yet again, and NRG with a man advantage.
Really expensive there, unfortunately, for PRX. Jing now playing off a Forsaken together. Hey, main's good. Null command is going to cause a little bit of issues here. Jing really would like a kill. He's got one, but instantly Kiko responds with more flashes. Decent, but Kiko doesn't care. That's going to be A taken care of. 4 versus 2 again. Once again, you have to look at the money side. DPI and Envy, how much do they want this?
It's locked out of it, really. The high tide only just went down. Envy's going to give it a little bit of a sniff, but DPI is just sitting in nest. I don't think he's interested in this 2-on-4 at all.
Just got around for PRX. It's already going the wrong way now. Not a bad shot from Envy.
Really just going for damage, though. I don't think he's particularly interested. Dart on in to keep NRG at arm's length. And nicely done. Yeah,
actually, not bad.
That's what he was going for the whole time. Really, really well worked. Heads up play from Envy. He'll be able to hand that to something in the next round. And with 2 guns saved over, PRX will be able to put together another buy here.
It's well played by Kiko at the start of that one. Now dueling something and then converting a little bit later on as well.
Wouldn't be surprised to see NRG go for this quick mid to A yet again here. They do have some good ults to be doing it. You see often Keiko has been wielding the operator in the last round or so, but he could rip the Bladestone here, pick up the pace. You can get the Hunter's Fury on through with the dart up over the top. Something that could go quite well for NRG. They did just condition the mid to A though with the pick on mid doors and the null command. So we'll see what they want to go going for here. It does seem like they are going to choose to go to the other side of things. Back to B.
B's open. Nobody home. Late Storm, you called it. Will be popped this round as well for Kiko. And yep, full retake on B, I'm afraid, for PRX. Something might catch a little bit of a whiff of a player. Oh, it doesn't quite land the shot, though. That would have been a hard one to land for sure. Oh, Kiko on the other side would just completely rip away Envy. 5v4.
Yeah, awkward exchange. Tried to go for the drone. Envy under a little bit too much pressure there. Drone from Brock does spot out that the flank will be coming through from PRX as he meets up with the rest of the team on site. And NRG have flipped the map. They are in defense spawn. It's going to be a very difficult retake for PRX.
PRX now going to execute like they're the attacking side instead. At least their smokes are still online. Brock has a decent line and a decent shot onto DPI, and numbers are now looking sad. And something is just going to peel off in a 1v1. Marta, nice, okay. Makes things slightly better for them. Maybe just playing for the exits now.
Yeah, 100%. Trying to hold on to these 3 rifles, but at some point you've got to stop saving and start getting some rounds. Jing covers that smoke push from Scuba well, but that's where the good news really ends. 6-1 for NRG. What a brutal start to this map for the Pacific fans.
Yeah. NRG can just close out the one more round. They get the 7, and I think for PRX, recovering up to 4 would be pretty good for them at this stage. Because this kind of deficit is rough to make a comeback from. They are still going to have the weapons to play through, but I hear you, man. At some stage, you gotta stop saving. And I think this next round coming up might just be that one. Another timeout coming on through. Plenty to talk about for PRX to recover in this half.
Yeah, second timeout for them. And just as many rounds here on Breeze have not side. Big problem here. He has
A couple of maps, like certainly for PRX, and a shocking day for Pacific in general if they can't pull through.
deep ball on mid here once again for PRX. One way thrown into A main, very much trying to play disruptive. And there you go, wall dropped on Kiko and something gets the opener. Marta replying with the operator picked up from the jet though. He is pretty good at wielding this gun himself.
Yep. I've seen him on the jet before. Familiar territory, the op for Marta. Reckoning available here as NRG will play this one quietly. Let's take a look at Elbow. How much does PRX want to move up?
Yeah, Envy knows he's kind of just in the Goldilocks spot. Not too hot, not too cold. He's just sitting tight. Ready to disrupt this pivot to B if necessary. Something on the other side of things has still got this A main info line with the operator. And Ethan got to spot that out. Well aware that the jet is sitting right there. Drone goes into middle here for NRG. Courtesy of that wall being put up by DPI, it's drawing out a lot of utility, but NRG just kind of simplifying things back towards A main.
Well, they got info that something is there based on the knife coming through from Ethan. How do they want to defuse the scenario? They have still util to play through. Box got recon in there as well. Okay, there it is. Just play the ultimate. That'll be enough, more than enough to push off our jet from the line, but DPI will still clean Ethan up. Something wanted more of that Blade Storm. Smarter and Brock. The operator changes hands once again. High Tide coming on in. 3 versus 2. 17 seconds left to play through 2v1. Envy, he's not been spotted just yet. Might have brilliant timing here, but needs to be able to get through undetected. And he can't do so. NRG again. Big celebration from their side of the stage. Collecting that 2v1 victory, extending their lead even further.
Yeah, nicely worked there for NRG. Finally, when PRX are able to find an opener, immediate reply from Marta. And NRG just able to simplify a lot of these rounds and use the double E to the best of its abilities. The KO knife spotting out where the operator is, and then they're just placing the utility right where it's needed. They got to put themselves into a winnable post plant.
7-1, massive difference in rounds, and PRX have already burned through the timeouts as well. All alone now. They got to figure this one out. Back over towards mid. Something and DPI playing together. That is big information. Ethan, they're looking for him. They want him. DPI's got it. Secondary as well. Onto Scuba. Not too bad. Undisputed was used in that exchange as well. Kiko onto DPI. For the exchange. 3 versus 4 now. His rifle will be recovered by Kiko.
Yeah, drone out onto the middle line. Fury ripped by Envy, looking to try to further extend the numbers, but dodged out nicely there by NRG. The rest of PRX all swinging into middle. Kiko and Brock hitting the deck. And it's all on Marta. Spike in hand. Gonna throw out a cove towards B to try to draw attention away from PRX. Jing cutting the map in half.
Jing onto Marta. Yeah, he sees him, but he doesn't land the shots. Marta cleans him up. Well, at least they know where Marta is now. That's the good news. 30 HP as well. Something up next. Doesn't get the opportunity to make the shot happen. And this is unbelievable. Marta is still able to get 2.
He's in the Matrix. He just pre-fired that so perfectly onto Forsaken. Avoided something with the perfect high tide.
Yep.
I mean, if he had a little bit more HP, I thought he would have put together a 1v4 there.
Starting to look dangerous, that's for sure. I mean, he had low HP, but just the ability to get past the early 2 plays and get those kills.
I mean, we're past dangerous for PRX. They're getting cooked here.
Considering that was a 4v1, that's still rough for PRX, dropping 2 members in that 4v1.
Yeah. Makes their money quite breakable here. Couple ults to work with, though. Overdrive and the pit ready to go here for PRX. It's a slow round. Again. I mean, 2-1-2 here for NRG. Deep wall across middle. Kiko on the line.
Should be an easy one, but I don't think Forsaken's got a bite. Something has been playing through mid multiple times now, using that Viper's wall to tuck himself in, and I lied about Forsaken. He does want to do something here, or perhaps that's actually just Kiko pushing in himself. In either case, another first death for Forsaken doesn't help PRX yet.
Something's pretty deep in middle, though. be a great position to be leveraging in towards the mid to late round. But with that
Drone.
deep wall again, I mean, you just continue using the initiator utility. Something able to actually dash out nicely. Updraft dash with the cloud burst keeps himself alive.
Might have pulled that through a little early. Didn't even see the drone yet. Just kind of preempted the drone. Assumed the drone was going to spot him, but in the case, the drone did its job. As the rest of NRG grouped together, ready to finish on B. It's going to be essentially playing for a retake here. Envy already back in terms of his positioning on site.
Yeah, he pushed back into the site. Dart just came back up off cooldown, but at the end of the day, it's a Sova by himself against an entirety of a B execute, and they're really kind of narrowing down the options. They know he's front side sight, flash flying on through, and he only goes 1-for-1. TP towards the backside of the site. Paranoia out from Jing, but they're more than ready for it.
I saw the lineup there for Envy, but unfortunately just couldn't land the second kill. Would have been pretty insane. 4 versus 2, pit down. Paper X's chances dwindling here as something sees just a little bit of a shoulder of a player. And that shoulder converts into a Brock kill. Divide will be good for 1, but not good enough to do anything else.
Kick goes all over it. Another 3K. Having a blinder of a game on the Jet. Fantastic attacking side here for NRG. Really putting Paper X under the pump. If they want any chance of picking up Breeze here, they need probably both of the next 2 rounds, let's be honest.
Don't need that. They'll need to win the pistol anti-eco in the second half. I mean, the fact that Emmy gets one here, look at the possible lineup. Nearly had the secondary, but just couldn't quite get the head of Brock.
This is too much to do, though. Like, you're playing as a Sova against a full execute.
Yeah. Look at the double outlaw into the operator here as well. Just trying to clean up these low HP Sheriff players coming through PRX, but Forsaken overdriving his way through to victory. That'll make things hurt a little bit for NRG, who, okay, numbers actually going the way of Paper X here, and they've recovered at least 1 outlaw.
Brock still on the line here. If the wall gets dropped, something would have gone down, but he's able to slip back through onto that nice off angle. Drone through towards elbow, confirming that NRG are still kind of hanging around in spawn side. Paper X will definitely want to be slowing this round down, not giving away this man advantage. With a minute on the clock, though, NRG need to get a bit of a wriggle on.
The other thing is, like, if you abandon this position, start giving away the guns, something Divide looking for those pickups. Oh, and Brock eats a shot. That is gross. 10 HP left.
Yeah, something sliding out onto the line. 1 share of shots, all that's needed to catch him on the cross, and down goes the spike. Ethan now trying to pick up the pieces, and something completes the thrifty for Paper X. That is a classic from them. The elbow play with the paranoia overdrive ripped. It's a recipe for success when you have no money to work with. Now if they could just pick up this gun round towards the end of the half, it's at least doable.
So Sheriff's in charge of this town. Forsaken overdriving through, delivering a couple of nice early kills, starting to give some weapons over, putting Brock on 10 HP, and no numbers at all for NRG to play. That is a well put together round for Paper X to start this campaign of a potential comeback back in again, but really shot now. By the way, something did steal away that operator, but it's pushed off the line.
Drone at least spotting out where the op is playing. In goes the harbor roll, as well as the null command, but something still picks one on the cross straight through the Viper wall. That is illegal. Divide out, waiting for further aggression, and he's going to find it as well. Nice multi-frag on in. Ethan trading one back. The high tide zoning Paper X away for now.
Ethan looking for more with this null command, but Marta's the one that will actually find this kill. There's not a lot of members left to play through. Just one, just Ethan. Taps the spike. Reels in the last 3 members. Forsaken is the one that bites, but Jing is the one that actually gets to chew up the last player. And now suddenly 2 rounds of potential. Taking done to play is something, and Marta the ones that actually get shot.
Victory for Americas over Pacific. We are staring down the barrel of another. It's up to Paper X to change that narrative. Both teams kind of peppering shots down rage in middle, and I'm surprised no one walks away dead from that.
Yeah,
So
a little bit.
complete disengage, and Paper X pick up the pace into 8.
Some damage done to play is something, and Marta the ones that actually get shot there, and Brock. See if he can find somebody through that smoke. Not going to be the case, but everyone's basically arriving now. Just waiting for Scuba to come through from spawn as well. Something up first. He's half HP, but it's Envy and Jing onto Marta and Brock. Numbers good for Paper X. Spike plant to come on through. Now NRG. Let's see what else they can do. Nothing so far. 5 versus 2 now. Kiko doesn't even get Divide either.
Planted.
Scuba, a little bit late to the party here. Never even got a chance to get involved. A flawless pistol for Paper X. full momentum coming in from the end of that last half, and they are very much in this game of breeze now.
Get that anti-eco in there. That's another round. 6 and 8 now starts to feel, if they get that round, a lot more doable. Then we're seeing the danger they can have on the bonus as well based on what Fracture is. We'll see if NRG has anything to say about it though. This round though, happy to just let it go economy-wise. Classics abroad. Something is potentially also making that save towards the op as well. Let's see what that looks like.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it is just pistols with the Outlaw. DPI knows that NRG have taken that A main space courtesy of the KO knife from early. Kiko jiggling around. Scuba maybe found the side of Forsaken for a moment, but it's all down to Mata to see if he can fashion even one kill. Nicely timed Storm Surge, but that's where it ends. Another flawless back-to-back for PRX as they win their 4th round in a row.
Kiko showing off his dance moves there as PRX walks in. Double flawless as mentioned, plenty of money in the bank. They could afford to really buy up here, given the amount of players on PRX that still had pistols for that round. Could be a very dangerous looking bonus coming on through in terms of economy.
See what NRG come up with. Gap has closed quite substantially. Cannot afford to let a team of PRX's caliber back into a game. It's going to be the flash to set up the jet for the pick here early on in combination with a little bit of a shocky onto door. PRX just pinging out the map. Triple swing to try to re-clear that mid space. And it seems like they want to group up back towards A. They're in two minds about what they want to be doing this round. I guess it's back to B here.
It's double rifle plus Guardian. Outlaw Bulldog, so somewhat reasonably competitive buy in terms of this bonus.
For sure.
A little bit of exploration coming through, mid under control for NRG. As NRG start to sniff the fact that it could be a B, and that's exactly what it looks like under pressure now. Scuba, he's paranoid out, but hiding behind a box. There's no contact just yet to be found. I mean, this is a scary moment for Scuba. The rest of the troops are still yet to arrive. Starting to come through for spawn now. As Mardig and Brock will be up. A couple of kills here looking good so far, and Brock is really delivering now. PRX not getting as much out of this push as they would have liked. But DPI into 1v1. Viper versus Viper. It's Phantom versus Outlaw, but Scuba's already tagged down. See if DPI can find that shot.
Scuba with the spike in hand here. Gonna kind of dance around.
30 seconds left.
PRX are well aware that he was anchoring the side initially. He was spotted out early on. Wall going up for Scuba here. DPI. Sheriff in hand creeping up on the line. Doesn't have a primary weapon to be using. 15 seconds on the clock, and Scuba is all over this tunnel flank.
Oh,
reading this one very well.
Is he? He is. Managed to get back in there, timing extremely well, as mentioned. Thought for a second that he might have turned away at the wrong time, but DPI just had not even a single shot to say in that round. But like I said, a dangerous bonus coming through that could be very competitive. Ends up in a 1 versus 1, so despite winning that one, very curious about the money situation for NRG.
Yeah, definitely a lot of guns taken away from them. But, able to at least deny that bonus.
Oh,
You have a judge on in here for Kiko. So just trying to scrap together a buy. Both teams starting to run out of money early on. As once again, you have a similar opening to the round here. Shock dart in towards doors. Got a lot of damage there to open things up. Something looking for a pick with the Outlaw over towards this B side of the map. And indeed, Scuba is low on armor. There it is.
Big shot. Scuba down. That is B almost open. Still player there in Brock. Just putting the pressure on numbers-wise to keep things interesting here as we go back over towards mid for PRX.
Invi taking space on B. Causing a lot of problems. The judge is still here towards mid doors. That should be an easy opener for Kiko, who's under a little bit of pressure. Tentative now from Jing, pushed away by the fragment.
Paranoia. But Amada still gets Jing, and now Brock as well. Envy, you talked about him exploring over towards B. That might be the opening now to play on through. And NRG know it as well. Trying to cut off something here, and not going to get the time to get that cut off, actually.
Yeah, NRG on the wraparound through elbow. Spike has not gone down yet for PRX. Envy is on the push all the way through spawn. Something planting in a safe location here as Mata creeps up on him, caught by Kiko as well. Ethan is ready for this flank from DPI. Great read on this round from NRG. Envy last player surviving, and they know that he was deep on B. Cove onto the spike. Mata taps it, and they're giving him nothing. Nice opener here. 20 HP. Half has to come through. He's going to get a little bit of chip damage on Tomato, but it takes way too long to go through that cove here. Marta's off the spike. Going to start defusing it. Swing on through from Keiko. Gets it done for NRG. Double digits.
2 players there from Paper X. Really far away from helping something, unfortunately, as Envy. That is deep exploration. Okay, we pause.
Much on top of the with a little bit of a mixed bag by here. Devi feeling like a hero with the hero Vandal.
I have the spike.
Very close towards a pit. If he ends up in a post plant, this could be problems for an NRG whose money is still very much shaky at this point.
Which means that maybe the low buy of Paper X can still find some value here. Forsaken on the shotgun Neon. He's on the wrong patch of that, but he's doing what he can.
Very dangerous buy for NRG to be dealing with here. Paper X with a lot of weapons that could do some serious damage. This Outlaw is the main crux of the issue, though, and this is a fantastic angle for Keiko.
See if Paper X are ready for that one. No, not quite. Oh my god. Doubling up. Exactly what you want to see out of the Outlaw player, and now Paper X left hurting. Didn't even fast lane, didn't even really do too much in terms of utility, or otherwise I guess Kiko just sees over the top of everything either way.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a dirty off angle over the top of the Viper wall. Not much really to be done. These are great positions for NRG. Like, they're really just out-positioning Paper X, preempting any kind of aggression. Spike dropped out in the open. Outlaw is still on the line if it's even needed. And something on double doors, cleaned up by Marta. A flawless round for NRG. And it's looking like back-to-back stomps to reverse.
Back the way of NRG massively. That was the end there. Finally, you get to see 5-4 rifles on Paper X.
See what they come up with here. Very much starting to run out of time. 2 players on light armor. It's a glass cannon Vandal here for Devi. Quick moves into middle for Paper X. Backed up by a little bit of elbow control.
It's fully taken here. Drone to re-clear. Potentially that gets removed, but the information gained. Now Jing on the line here. Brock trying to get flashed out, and something just takes him off the table. As we set the table now for A as well. It's going to be Scuba up first. Double poison orbs being played on in, but something has already made its way on site. He snuck away and finds an opportunity to just shut Kiko down. 5 versus 3 now. Seems like NRG are not quite ready for this one. Scuba has to drop off.
It's a bit of individual brilliance from something. Finds a really nice timing for those 2 openers. Open plant for Paper X, who are playing this from yellow side, and I think NRG are just forced to save.
I mean, they have the money for it, but the numbers don't look good. Marta's already on the other side of the map. Paper X clinging on to this map in the series so far. 7-11. NRG still, though, in control. 2 more rounds required. Still got 3 guns. Everyone's still got plenty of money. Plenty of ultimates coming online.
Darted to spawn side. I cannot believe Paper X are exiting here. They do not have much money. It's a big lineup for Ethan that takes 2 guns away from them. Scuba on the off angle now. Tested by Envy. They are losing all of these weapons. They cannot afford this at this point in the game here, Kev.
Yeah, it's NRG that have plenty of money. Even if NRG die here, look at their bank. It's good. Paper X are like throwing their lives and their guns away for not a lot of gain.
I don't know why they exited spawn side there. I gotta be honest. Maybe they were concerned about the flank towards A main, but the dart confirmed that NRG was playing on spawn there. So definitely not ideal, especially when you're trying to come out from such a deficit here on the attacking side. These are weapons that you very much need.
Ethan happy with that. Doubles up with the Bulldog and doesn't even care if he dies because 4 ultimates online. Money still amazing. Got a Blaze Storm up though from the side of NRG. And something got some magic to play with or what? Yes, sir, he does. Brock to respond. Don't even know if he gets a tag there. Doesn't look like it so far. Just completely whiffs on the Hunter's Fury. And on site we go now. What can Scuba do? He's alone at the moment, playing on the other side of the wall. Does he have the opportunity to burst on through? Jing just finds him. Might have revealed the barrel or something. And something has a freebie onto Brock. Goodbye, good night. 5v2. Give him 8 PRX.
That's 2 rounds in a row where something just multi-frags for Paper X and puts a round together. Kiko come in on the lurk, but that is a gorgeous little high-low for Paper X, who are very much on the warpath here. Still a lot of work to be done, though. You can see the
do they want to run after Ethan?
No.
Again?
Probably not.
Something wants it.
The money's a little bit better this time around.
Something's keen. And PRX recovering. So they got 4 ultimates now as well. Forsaken one away. They're about to have the full stack. The Christmas tree online. Early Christmas with something in PRX on that round. Even though it's only July.
Looks like a timeout here. I'd imagine that's from NRG. This is getting a little bit too close for comfort. See what they can come up with. Still with plenty of cash in the back pocket to be able to put a buy together. They've got a null command, I believe, for one of these retakes. Could definitely help them out quite a bit. But their biggest issue right now is this man. Something has been phenomenal at just self-sufficiently finding these openers for Paper X, and this is exactly the player that you need to start to get warmed up here. He's going to make a comeback on attack.
Look at the confidence. Well, he doesn't care. He's just going to run after Ethan. He needs the money as well in terms of not dying, but whatever. Run after him. Drop that rifle away from Ethan. He's beaten the timing for some of the U-tools as well, and we saw that 2 rounds ago. Getting that insane timing versus Kiko, and then it felt like on that last round, kind of a similar story. All these opening trades going the way of PRX. It's kind of night and day to the PRX we were seeing on the rest of this map for the majority of these rounds.
Yeah, very slow start for them, but very much working their way back into things now. Still more work to be done. This is where all eyes are on NRG post their timeout to make a nice little adjustment. A couple of times this series, they've already been in some rougher positions than this. At least this time they're front running before the timeout's needed. 2 very big ultimates here. Both Marta and Ethan have got the Reckoning and Null Command respectively. Could give Paper X a lot of problems here, but the pick could be fantastic to set up one of these post plants. Device been holding on to it for quite some time.
Big shot, Kiko. Makes his mark found. Shut down the big carrier PRX. That'll cause some problems.
Absolutely. Scuba on the line that he's played in multiple situations here. Going to drop himself the snake bite. Both teams just trading out a little bit of utility, a bit of pressure on this B side. Destroy out a big rotation here for NRG. And Ethan on the other side of things, playing very safely, not a toe out of line. Even if Paper X make their way into A, the KO knife has scouted exactly where they're headed. And like I said before, there's some very big ults here for NRG with a man advantage to close this round after an excellent opening pick onto something.
It's going to be playing for a full retake now because you don't really see the rotation just through yet. Jing's going to rip his ultimate out just to reposition on site itself.
Should be the pit going down here, and indeed it is. It's a pit for Brickside, though, not actually on the site. I think they very much understand that the Reckoning is going to be a problem here.
Null Command as well. I mean, you got both ultimates that can sort of defuse the Viper's Pit in due time, and they should both be used here as well. Hunter's Fury coming in. Envy shoving away NRG ever so slightly, and I don't think he actually got a tag there, unfortunately. Here it comes now. Reckoning push in. The entire squad right behind it. Jing goes down for second trades on the Brock, and Envy as well on the Scuba. It's looking fine for Paper X so far, but Ethan has something to say about it. 2 versus 2 now. Ethan low HP. Kiko, operator on this retake, doubling up as PRX together. Time is starting to run out now, and Envy with 4 this round will deliver the 9th for Paper X.
Yeah, that's very clever pit placement there from Devi, making all the difference. Both of the ults burned through for NRG there. Post timeout, still not able to walk away with the gun round, even after something gets picked early on. It's been a big difference maker in a couple of these gun rounds. They're still able to navigate their way into a 4-on-5 where NRG had all the information, numbers advantage, all the ults, post-tack timeout, and they still lose the follow-up gun round. That is rough.
5v4 as mentioned, but they gave up sight. Full retake. You'll say they've got ultimate as well.
Didn't really come to match by not going into the lowers here against KC on home turf.
Lack of an armor buy for NRG as their money situation has finally dwindled down. They still can't afford weapons. Notably, you do have that off on the Kiko and on the line early, but look at his HP already destroyed.
Yeah, great shock there from Envy to kick things off. Scuba very much on his lonesome. NRG set up heavily inside of middle. Have to wait for the mid to late round to try to go for a flood here. How much work can Scuba get done? If he does get a pick and cleanly is able to get away here, he can potentially drop a pit and buy some time. But Paper X diving into the site.
Yeah, high tide coming in. Good timing coming through Ramada as well. That'll buy time for Brock to arrive as well. And soon, it'll be Kiko to follow through. Slow going Paper X's trying to make their way through the back left side. Still haven't found Scuba yet, by the way. Forsaken, though, gets Marta out of the way. And Scuba finally activates alongside Brock. Bring this one down to a 4 versus 3. Still no plant to be heard of at the moment. 50 seconds left to play through, and PRX, are they committed to this?
Yeah, for sure they are. This is a localized 3-on-3. Ethan's inside a middle. Envy gives them the advantage, at least on the B side for the time being. Kiko down to 50 HP right since day dot. Something's found Ethan inside a middle. Kiko trading one back. Scuba hiding inside of his poison orb here. He's trying to be a little bit cheeky.
30 seconds left.
And Kiko sliding through that dark cover. Paper X with 2 frags in quick succession to get themselves double digits. How many rounds in a row is this, Kev?
A lot. We're about to find on out. It was starting to look like a nightmare for Paper X before, but in the last 5 or so rounds, they have been waking up. Opportunities here abound as they just get both the last 2 plays and the 2v2s. I mean, this is like the magical number.
Yeah.
2v2. PRX winning those.
I mean,
handedly.
Pretty consistently, NRG are up in numbers, but then when we head into these awkward post-plant situations, Paper X are just making the right moves in the mid-round to be able to kind of outmaneuver NRG, who are now out of cash.
That's it. This is like the first time NRG are really out of cash for this side as well. They're making some moves now. Led by the flash coming through from Ethan in mid. Forsaken and Envy ready for anything. What they're really ready for is a free sight on a Scuba. I have to play a retake here, buddy.
Yeah, not much to be done. They've been kind of hammering his sides more often than not. I think he's probably getting pretty sick of it at this point. Phantom in hand. As the drone goes forward for PRX, he's going to tuck himself into the side. Forsaken, very much hot on his heels.
Oh my god,
Comes
okay.
away with 2, but there's really not much left in this buy here for NRG, despite yet another man advantage.
It's about as well as you can do. Getting the double up there is pretty nice. And overdrive for Forsaken now to clean things up. Something on the Kiko, 3 versus 3, but again, the money and also the guns all the way in PRX. That's not a bad shot from Ethan, though. You respect it. Now you're on for the retake for real. 3 versus 2. Envy still has an ultimate to play through, but not positioned for it at the moment. Despite the lack of guns here, NRG moving together as a team, and Envy doesn't quite land the shot. Bit of a whiff here. Envy another opportunity, and Brock finds them. Gets a double, and NRG, despite having like no money.
Unable at 0 point here. That's where I hear.
Probably the styles from Ethan. Oh my god! Man,
Shut down the bunch.
if Scuba didn't get that first 2, so the combination of their efforts.
Bro, the presence of mind to know that he's on the off angle up on top of Bricks. Quick one to start here for Paper X. Trying to be shut down by Ethan's KO knife, but Paper X going to push the issue into A.
Yep. Flashing on through. What can we find here? Marta on the Jing, but not really seeing much else from Ethan's POV. Doesn't matter though, because it's still a 5v3. Marta's making good work of this defensive so far. My god, Marta! Making a triple here. Envy taken down as well. This might be the end. Paper X have got 1 left. 1 versus 5. Divide with all of the work to do. But NRG will not be undone here. You feel like the 13 is there. He's revealed. Divide with the secondary. And a 1v3 here. This has to be an ace clutch, buddy. It's not going to be anything less than that. NRG can taste the victory. But can they get this one cleanly here without Divide walking out?
He's trying to slip away. Putting the wall up and down to keep them interested. He's been able to pinch the spike, but Scuba trying to stay 1 step ahead of this pivot back over to the B site. Tucks himself nice and safely into elbow with 40 seconds on the clock.
Viper versus Viper. Might have just made a little bit of noise there. Scuba calls the troops into action. Here's the footsteps for sure by now. Plant has got to come on through, and the timing should be good. 1 HP goes down to 0, and NRG